Hello, good
Good
morning.
morning, you guys.
Woo! We
Happy
are
Monday.
here
Yes.
with our very latest episode of Morning Quest with Doodle and CMoney.
That is
Guys,
right.
we changed the time today because we had a little bit of a rough night with the kiddos. Got a little stuff going on, not much sleep. And since I was home from work today, and our boy Boom is taking the day off, we're like, you know what? Let's push it a little bit so we can have a little bit of a break in the morning rush. But yeah, we're here, guys. Thank you all so much.
Thank you
for
guys for being
coming.
here. We hope you had the best weekend.
Absolutely. And I hope some of you are still enjoying your weekend.
Yes.
And you don't have to work today. What's good? Eric, Jacob, Timmy, what's good? Isaac Hayes, what is up, my man?
Welcome.
Joanna Dark, what is good, fam? Carissa, G Baby, what is up? What is up?
Let's go.
Yeah, guys, this is an exciting time for us over on the shit. Look at already, Jacob. Calling me out. You know what, Jacob?
Wait to
I'm not
talk
even
about this on
not even gonna
Friday
lie, bro.
on Anime and Beyond. You guys don't even know.
All right, let me read it.
Oh
So
my
Mr. Joanna
gosh.
Dark says, CMoney, don't lie. You watched a horror movie and had nightmares last night. LOL.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, John Wolf, what's good, my man?
Welcome, love.
Look at Eastside Vandal. What is good?
Good
What is
morning.
good? All right, so this is the thing.
Tell it like it is, bro. Tell it like it is.
Watched Talk to Me last night. Now,
holy crap.
Doodle and I are not like
we're not cut out for this shit. That's all he's trying to say, all right?
Horror people, okay? Or scary shit people, right? Used to be, right? When I was a kid, fun times.
All right. Sure. We've heard the stories.
No, it's fun times, right?
Yeah,
it's all good. It's all good.
Sure.
So, but we just kind of stop watching that stuff for the most part. We could watch like suspense, but like demonic horror shit, it's a bit much.
Demonic horror. You hear this?
Demonic horror. Bro. So, Doodle, I didn't even talk to you about this.
Yes. What's up, baby? What's up? Tell me.
So, you know, the kids did have a rough night. Okay. One of ours specifically, she was not feeling great. So she did have a rough night, but this is what happened. I fell asleep fine.
Yeah.
Okay?
No problems. No problem. But mind you, he had to watch about like 5 more hours on TV after this movie.
I did. And play a game. And play a game. And play a game after. We ended up playing some Assassin's Creed last night,
we did.
just to kind of cleanse the palate.
Just, to clean it all out.
Yeah. So, God. So, when my daughter woke up last night, all right, and something, she was not feeling good. So then after that, I was trying to go back to sleep. Okay. Now going back to sleep, I don't know what it was, but I just kept feeling something.
Yeah.
On this side of me.
Like
this. So as you do, you take your blanket and you like wrap it under you and just create like a shield. You know what I'm saying? Like a blanket shield.
Because you know how those bulletproof, spirit-proof blankets be. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps you safe.
Yo, when I'm telling you that I started after that moment, okay, I started closing my eyes.
Yeah.
And seeing the movie pop up in my head. This was not cool.
No.
Okay, this was not cool. Now, I wasn't scared.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, this ain't great for me right now. So that may have something to do with it. Okay, that may have something to do with the sleep situation and coming here a little bit late. Doodle, how did you handle it last night? Did you have any?
Like a champ.
Like a champ.
Yeah, I ain't no bitch.
I ain't no bitch. Do you know you have your camera off? Yes.
Yes, my eye. It's the light. It's bothering it.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
I find it. By the way, it's so weird because for me myself, like on a personal level, I find it so difficult to like click that button because I feel like it's slightly like disrespectful. We're on the air. Like if I click it, it's literally like I have to click it. Like I find it so shady to like not be on camera, be on camera, if that makes any sense. Not that I have anything against anybody who does that, but, like, for me, myself, I don't like to do that.
Yeah, I
So,
feel
but,
that.
you know, I always have you to call me out on every time I have to do it, you know what I'm
The thing,
saying?
this is what happens. You out there clicking things sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
and
I'm a
I
clicker,
don't know if you know that you clicked yourself off the screen. I'm just double checking. You know what I'm saying? So you handled it fine. So you didn't have any thoughts whatsoever.
Okay. So listen.
From then till now.
Listen, does it make you think about certain things? Yes. Right? Does it put things on your mind? Like, you know what? Like, what do I need to do? What if I walk around this corner? Like, yeah. It does. But like I said, I ain't no bitch.
You
know what I'm
bitch.
saying?
Got it. So you keep it to yourself and you don't tell the people the truth, is what you're saying.
No. What I'm saying is that you try to keep those thoughts out your mind. Because I ain't about to get got.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if anybody has seen Talk to Me in the chat, but if you have, let me know. But that was kind of fucked up. Oh God, look at Eric talking shit already. No reason. But I hear CMoney being such a precious flower, shook by a movie hiding under his covers. Doodle checks out the noises downstairs apparently. No, she doesn't. Okay. I said demonic.
You, Eric telling it like it is.
Noises downstairs are not demonic. All right. I'm talking about in my head. That's some demonic shit. I ain't afraid to go downstairs. I go downstairs plenty of times.
Purple Berry's laughing. She know what it be. Get
the fuck out of here. Don't try to put me on blast like that out in these streets. You know, ain't none of y'all getting up to go downstairs. You hear that noise.
Oh my God.
Right. Let's stop with the slander, okay, of CMoney. Okay, that's a good idea. Let's not.
CMoney in his feelings right now.
Jacob says, never watching Bye Bye Man on Netflix
what is that?
Again. Moving, so was sleeping on 2 mattresses on the floor in the dark with a few lamps. In that movie, they say, you don't think it, don't say it. He finds you and kills you. Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna stay away from that. All I said after the movie was like, and this is why I don't like Halloween.
That is what you said. Those are facts.
That's literally what I said. I was like, holy crap, Halloween is no joke. You know, because I did feel it's crazy. You watch that crap and you're like, damn, I have to cleanse somehow because I just let these thoughts and this shit all up in my house. And, you know, like open a window. I don't know. John Wolf knows what we're talking about.
John Wolf knows.
You know.
He says, John Wolf says, you guys got to watch It and It Too. So good and fun. Never watched The Witch. Hate that movie. Okay, well.
What do you mean by fun, John?
Yeah, like,
tell us.
Good and fun. I don't understand
what fun means.
Which ones
to you when it comes to it. You know what I mean?
Trying to say it here. Because that sounds like the scary.
That sounds like a setup. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not afraid of clowns, so I feel like I might just find it.
You might be safe.
Silly, yeah. But Joanna Dark says he watched a bunch of horror movies this weekend.
Damn, boy.
Listen, we're trying to hop on the Halloween train.
Oh my gosh,
so
and guys,
we're kind of forcing
Friday is the 13th. We're trying to come in strong for you guys, but we can only do one a day.
We're not gonna watch a bunch of them, but Friday the 13th. If you guys have seen them all, I saw them when I was younger, but I don't remember much of anything. If you have one that is the best one for us to watch,
please tell us where to go.
You know what I'm saying? Like the one that would be the best for us to watch, let us know, because we do want to watch one of those. Specifically, talk about it on Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been hearing this. Jordan Dark says the best horror movie I watched last night was Cowboys versus the 49ers. Damn. Supposedly the Cowboys got destroyed and made to look like little businesses. Priscilla says, I bought the Friday the 13th collection, cost $50. Jason Goes to Hell and Freddy versus Jason. Ooh.
All right, that's a lot of Halloween commitment. Let's go.
All right,
that's what I'm talking about.
So, is it Jason Goes to Hell or Freddy versus Jason? Which is Freddy versus Jason doesn't sound like it's scary. Freddy versus Jason sounds like a personal problem
between them two.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they're gonna figure it out.
They're not gonna kill me. They're killing
the
each
shit
other.
that's going on. Unless it's Freddy versus Jason. Let's see who kills who first. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a battle for the kill, like,
Yeah. I feel
then
that.
that's some
For
creepy
sure.
shit.
Jacob says the main person sees a black jacket hanging on the door while he sleeps with his girlfriend. A hand was sticking out, and when he woke up, the hand disappeared. See, that's
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
why
yeah.
hands? Why are hands so scary? Why do hands always gotta like pop up and scare you?
See,
Why?
money,
Don't
that was
understand.
not that looked like a
Listen,
tickle when you that
oh
was
my god.
like,
First of all, Primavera's out here
what
talking
was
mad
that?
reckless. Definitely the Friday the 13th number 7. You don't even know what the fuck that is, Barry. All right, so stop coming up with mad ridiculous stuff. Mrs. Gerardo Dark with the slander. CMoney. Here are horror movies for you. Frank and Weenie, Coco.
That's what we're gonna. That's
I mean,
the
that is our
level.
speed. That is our
That's the
speed.
level where we
That is our
starting
speed.
right now. All right, so.
All right, there's some Freddy versus Jason, both sides of it. Some people think it's
All
good.
right,
Some
so
people think it's
is that the
not
one we're
good.
doing?
I don't know. Colin, what's good, my man?
Welcome.
Barry says, CMoney got to watch Spookly. He'll be shaking his boots. Don't slander me like that. Don't slander me like that. Timmy says, I seen a horror film where you have people go ghost hunting in an abandoned hospital or an asylum, I think it was, but things took a turn for the worse and people started being killed by what was in there. See that?
See, I'm not about that life because we went to one of those places where you got to walk through and these things like they just pop out on you. And I think I passed out about 50 times without realizing that I did. All I felt was like my knees were weak and I would come back up. And I think that was passing out. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Simpler says
crazy.
Xbox usually puts Friday the 13th, all movies for sale for $13 on Friday the 13th.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, but then that means we have to watch it on that day.
Yeah. We can only take one at a time. All right.
I mean,
small dosages of this
because
stuff.
our show's early now, so it's at 6:00, and it'll be difficult to get out of work and watch that before. So we'll be just gonna have to pay full price, or Voodoo might have a sale on it. We'll see. But all right, let's start getting rolling. First thing we're gonna do is start with our housekeeping.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. All right, so first things first, as always, just your reminder, YouTube refuses to allow us to monetize our channel. So if you ever have such a desire to help support the channel, we would really appreciate you considering joining our Patreon. The link is pinned to the comments. It's also in the description below, and it's also in our scroll wheel, and you will be joining these fine people who have gone ahead and helped us out, such as our boy Mr. Joanna Dark,
Hi,
Dragonheart Yobi,
let's go.
Onto Sir, Isaac Hayes 85, and Zachary McCoy.
Yes,
we thank you all.
Thank you guys
so very much for the support.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Now, shows, we got a doozy this week. Okay, we got a doozy this week because we are doing something different. Bunty, welcome, my man.
Welcome, love.
Thank you for coming and hang out with us. Okay, so we're doing something different. So we have our show tomorrow, right? Her, him, and a guest. Okay, we love this show.
We do.
We have a blast doing the show, and you know, we are very thankful and very fortunate that we have many guests lined up for it. We are literally booking out to January at this point. So the problem we face is that, you know, sometimes there's, you know, somebody that maybe can come on, but we're already so booked and it's very difficult, or we have like people that we've been wanting to kind of get on, but again, it's very difficult. So we kind of took a look at the day, and sometimes our guest has a early time slot that they need to do, right? So it's earlier, right? So which means I kind of have to leave work early for it anyway. So I'm kind of already out. So we thought, why not try the fucking gym?
Exactly.
So we said, you know, why not try out the idea of maybe on some days having almost like a double feature,
double whammy.
Do 2 of the shows, one earlier, one later, and kind of get it the chance to fill in the guest list a little more than pushing everybody out so very far. So we're going to try that out, and we're going to start tomorrow where we do have 2 guests lined up. We have the first guest is at 5 p.m. Eastern time,
Let's go.
and that is our boy Dealer Gaming,
Yes.
which is very exciting. And then we also have our other homie, Infinite Umbra, who's going to be joining us at
Yes.
7 p.m.
Let's go.
Eastern time. So we are going to try that out and see how that works, because we do like the idea of kind of getting it in sometimes. A little, maybe another extra show. So we're gonna see. But tomorrow's special. All right. So make sure you're around. 5 o'clock, Dealer, 7 o'clock Eastern, Infinite Umbra. It's gonna be a crazy fun day.
Yes, it is.
We also are going to be making a appearance. Doodle and I will be joining Mr. Joanna Dark on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on the Xbox International podcast with Crazy Lou Gaming. It's going to be a blast. So we're very excited about that.
Yes.
Thursday, we will be back with our gaming podcast, On Point, the gaming podcast. And that is going to be 5 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. And then we will be back on Friday with On Point Anime and Beyond, which is Friday the 13th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is the run of shows this week. With that, we are going to hop into the show.
Let's go.
Now, guys, I don't know if it's just a me thing, but as I'm watching out our last show on Thursday, the topic of the show was how PlayStation is crumbling like in front of our very eyes, right? Like everything is just kind of going downhill for them in every aspect. I mean, the right now you see on the screen Spider-Man 2, that's the only kind of small ray of sunshine that they have that's coming up in anytime soon. And then aside from that, you know, we have no direction for where they're going. Looks like the plans that were laid out that they were going to do are falling apart, and they're canceling a lot of them. You know, they were leaning hard into this games as a service, and you know, Jimmy Boy is gone, and now all of a sudden it's coming out that people hated his plan of having games as a service, and he's not only buying companies to make games as a service games, but he's going into his studios that exist who perfected the single player game, and he's forcing them to start doing these games as a service. So they're getting pissed. People are getting fired from their studios because they're canceling projects. I mean,
this is bonkers, dude.
Wild,
what is happening?
No,
listen, I'm distrustful to begin with. Like, you know what I'm saying? I look at a situation and we gotta be like, yo, why are his hands in his pocket? And CMoney will be like, because he's paying for his groceries. Like, well, how's he gonna get his money? I'm suspect of everything. And so this right here are red flags after red flags after red freaking flags. What in the hell is going on over at Sony and PlayStation? I don't even know that they know what the hell is going on. I think that they're trying to figure it out and we're just along for the ride.
That's very possible. Now, I will say Joanna Dark just sums it up perfectly. He says Sony is crumbling like Ja Rule's rap career.
Damn, Ja Rule was popping.
Gone. Gone. That's what you are. You are gone without us. All right.
Yo, let us know if you want an encore of that. You know what I'm saying? We got you. We got you.
All right. That's a real deal. Sith Lord says, make it a triple treat and get Randall Thor.
Oh, Sith Lord, guys, let's go.
We are not going to do a triple threat and get Randall Thor, but Randall Thor is already on the schedule, baby.
Go, baby.
He's already on the schedule. He will be in the building.
Yes. We're so excited. And listen, on Twitter,
we got the gang.
Yes. Don't be shy and tag them and tell them you want them to be on our show.
No, that's what I will also say.
You know what I mean? But we do have them scheduled.
That you haven't heard that we have on the schedule yet. I mean, like I said, we have a good amount of people. But listen, hit them up on Twitter and be like, yo, you guys should be on Doodles and CMoney's Her, Him, and the Guests. go talk to them and then let us know, and we'll try to make
Yeah.
something happen. You know what I'm saying? We'll try to see.
But we're excited. He's gonna be. He's already scheduled, and we can't wait.
Colin says, "Sorry guys, I'm too busy to come onto your show." Oh, damn it, Colin.
Colin's talking about Jim Ryan coming on our show on March.
Oh,
yes.
Poor Jimmy. Poor Jimmy.
Jimmy's not gonna make it.
When is Jimmy booked for? March 2024. Jimmy is no longer booked.
No, we declined. He contacted us and we said, you know what, Jim, it's not a good time. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Joanna says you can call it he, him, her, I guess her, him, and a retired guest. That's oh my God. Jimmy says
the only way that Jim retired is if they said to him, listen, you can stay, but you gotta let us slap the ugly out of your ass. And he looked in the mirror. He was like, "That's a beating and a half. I'm willing to take that. I'm retired."
That was cold. That was cold. Timmy says he's called Sleepy McSleeperson Senior, not Infinite Umbra, because he usually always ends up falling asleep on podcasts or while playing the game. He's not gonna fall asleep, Timmy. Okay. We do not allow such things
saying
on our
that
show.
in a reassuring himself type of way.
He will be awake.
Yeah, but needless to say, we did mention multiple alarms, just in case.
You better be awake. Jordan Duck says, make sure Umbra does not stutter your stream via Unreal Engine 5. Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right. Where am I caught up here? Hey, Darren Hauser, what is good, my man? Welcome. Darren says Jimbo has nightmares about Game Pass. Someone check in on him. We haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I think that Jimmy needs to be around a lot of people that love him.
I think what happened is Jimmy has a Samsung TV, and then he turned it on, and you know how it comes up with like that front screen before you load into the input that you choose.
Yes.
And he saw the Game Pass sign up there.
Yeah,
that
hit
just
hard.
freaked him out.
That hit hard.
He's like, "Why is this happening to me? Dear God, why?" He has a similar relationship to the movie that we saw, Talk to Me. I feel like he's
oh my gosh,
he closes his eyes and he like sees Game Passes pop up in his face. He's like, "No, God, Jesus, no, why?" Jacob says,
haunting him in his dreams
for sure. Jacob says, in just 4 days before Forza Motorsport releases, I've gotten 28 of the 57 achievements, and I finally got to 70,000 gamer score.
Yes, baby, congrats. Let's
Jacob
celebrate.
Says, legend has it that Philly Steakhouse are grilling Jim the crying onion. Holy shit. And then Sith with the slander. Randall snore. Damn, that's cold. That's cold. But yeah, so
guys, hit the like button.
Oh, that would be
please.
Dope. That's what you can do. Hit the like button, be a friend.
That will keep Jim retired.
Yeah, he keeps them. For what I heard is for every like we get, that's another year added to his retirement.
Yeah.
And you don't want him back.
We don't want him back.
Just hit the button. But no, guys. So yeah. So again, we saw this all happening, right? We saw the crumble. We saw everything going down. So we had to talk about it this past Thursday. So if you haven't seen that, go watch that, because we
went in.
We dissect the shit out of his,
legacy.
The legacy of Jim Ryan being destroyed.
Yeah.
And PlayStation not having really a path to
stand on.
Yeah, like I just feel like the road that they have in front of them is not defined. And I've been obviously, we've heard from King David many times that he doesn't think PlayStation is going to have a new console. And another thing that he's been writing, which I do believe, I feel like we're witnessing the Xbox 360 versus the PlayStation 3, but in reverse.
Yes.
All right. So PlayStation's up front. Hey, Roshan, my man, welcome.
Love.
Thank you for coming. I feel like Xbox is on the PlayStation 3 side now, and PlayStation's on the Xbox 360 side. They got the lead. They're in front. They're living the best life. But towards the end, like, it started changing, and PlayStation eventually caught up and passed them. Well, I feel like at the end of the day, when we look back at this generation, I think we're going to see the shift. I
Yeah.
do. I just believe it. I feel like what we have coming in front of us, real gamers cannot deny it. Like people who want to play games are going to be hard pressed to say to themselves, "Nah, I don't need Game Pass."
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
"Nah, I don't need an Xbox," or "Nah, I don't need to play PC Game Pass." Like, and again, I'm not talking about necessarily console sales, right? Because I feel like that's not necessarily the way that Xbox needs to grow. I think that it's going to be Game Pass. Game Pass is the linchpin to everything for Xbox because you can just get in so many different ways, from the cloud to your old system. If you have an old Xbox and you change to a PlayStation this time, and you're like, oh shit, I could just plug in my old Xbox, get Game Pass, and play it right there, right? Or on your TV. Like, there's just so many ways. Honestly, by the end of this generation, Xbox will be the ones that we look at as the victors.
I think so. Sanchez,
Xbox South Coast,
welcome.
welcome. Sanchez, welcome. Thank you for stopping by, guys. But yeah, I just see that. So when we looked at this week coming into Monday, like it was just clear that all the news that has been coming out has been a win for Xbox. It's just nonstop, right? So I feel like, and you see that dope ass thumbnail, right? Xbox kind of rising like a phoenix from the ashes, right? Where everybody thought they were gone, everybody thought they were down and dead and forgotten, and nobody was going to care about them. I think they all have a rude awakening right now.
Yeah.
Xbox is on the rise.
I
On the
agree.
rise,
I agree.
150%. And again, you see on the thumbnail as well, you have Forza Motorsport, which is coming. I mean, it's out for the people who got the upgrade, but it's coming out this week, and it's not even officially out yet, and it's everywhere, dude.
Yes,
Like,
it
it's
is.
nonstop. I mean, I've actually been playing it. So is Doodle. We've been playing the game, and like it's so good. Like, it's so good. It's beautiful, but it's just so fun to play and
Yeah, I've
drive.
said it before, Forza never misses, and the thing about it, it's like it's sunny. So, first off, I got a lot of playing in, and it's freaking stunning. The rain, guys, you guys know how much I love the rain. The freaking way it hits the screen is just perfection. I love it. I love the fact that, like,
Ham,
obviously
what's
they
good, my man?
welcome, Ham. Obviously, you have a nice variety of places to go to. You have a nice variety of cars. Um, it was fun. I didn't know that, it being structured and kind of following the tracks and like, having not the lack of freedom, I would enjoy as well. But then they are very good at explaining kind of like how you can get better. And then once you pick that up and you focus on that, it kind of seems seamless. I did pretty damn good if I may say so myself.
You did. I
Yeah,
was
and
impressed.
yeah.
I was impressed. And they really I read somewhere, and I forget who it was, but maybe it was Forbes. I think it was Forbes that their review
Okay.
was talking about how great Forza is and how it's such a different beast this game, because normally Forza Motorsport is separate from Horizon, meaning
Yes.
like the people who play Motorsport typically play Motorsport, and the people who play Horizon, because Motorsport is just such a different beast.
Yep.
And there's not many crossover. Like, I crossover. Every time one comes out, that's the one I'm playing, but not a lot of people do that. But he made a note in the review, and I think in the headline, where he says that for somebody who's put like almost 1,000 hours into Forza Horizon 5, this was the most enjoyable motorsport that he's ever played, because
Yeah.
it's built in with the idea of not only satisfying the hardest of hardcore, which it's 100% there, but they also realize that you don't have to make it where it's just for them, and you can make it where it's accessible to anybody who wants to play it. With the
Exactly.
amount of different tweaks and stuff that they have in the game that you can do, it really is for anyone. And I forget oh man, the what's that guy's name? He's very prominent in when it comes with Xbox and stuff, he's Steve Saylor or Steve Gaynor. Steve Saylor.
Okay.
He's legally blind, so he's the blind gamer, I believe he's called. But he works with a lot with like accessibility and stuff, and he does reviews. And this Forza Motorsport was the first game he ever gave a 5 out of 5 for.
Oh wow.
For accessibility.
Yeah.
Right. So as a person with a disability, he was able to enjoy it and love the game just like everybody else does. And I think, Xbox does a great job of not gatekeeping.
I agree.
Right? Like that's one of my biggest things about like Souls games and stuff like that, where they want to make it where it's only for the hardest of the hardcore. And if you can't beat these bosses, too bad. Right. That's why it's crazy, because Elden Ring was so successful, way more successful than their other stuff, because it was opened up a little bit, even though it was still difficult. Just the ability to walk away from a fight and go do something else made it way more enjoyable for the people, right? And that again is just kind of opening up the gates and not making it where you have to bang your head against the wall to move forward.
Yeah.
Right. So they did such a great job, and it opened up so much that anybody can enjoy it. We had our youngest daughter, she was playing it.
Yeah.
And she was just having a ball. You put the assist on there for her, and she was just doing it up. She felt great. She was loving it. Like, that's so dope. Like I would never thought that my 6-year-old was gonna be playing Forza Motorsport, but here we were, and she was having a blast. Timmy's talking about Jimbo
our youngest
over here.
daughter's 4.
Well, that's our youngest. One of our youngest. So Timmy talking about Jimbo over here, he says he could always come to work on a customer service desk in my place I work, so I don't have to do it. I'm sure Jim Ryan would enjoy that. Facts. Sanchez says PS is dry.
We need some watering. Dude, a lot of watering.
Feels like an understatement.
Yeah.
I don't know what word you can use that signifies it is drier than dry, but that's what I feel
is real.
Yeah, that's
for the ponies for sure.
Jacob says, I actually wish Jim was staying only so he could be charged because he lied after swearing on oath. And I saw someone saying that you can get up to 6 years in prison for that. Well, I think my man he was like, I'm out with everything. Aaron says, this generation is looking like Blockbuster versus Netflix.
Yeah, baby.
Absolutely, bro.
Let's go.
Blockbuster couldn't make adjustments fast enough to get with the times. And we all know how that turned out. You know what? People might say, but PlayStation is so much bigger than Blockbuster. Bro, Blockbuster was the king.
It was.
It was,
dude. That's where we went to.
If you had a Blockbuster anywhere near your vicinity, that's where you went.
That was the spot.
Other places had a chance because they weren't necessarily everywhere. But they were everything to the movie industry as far as rentals. And look at what happened to them. Darren, that's a phenomenal part. Oh, Kisaya, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. Start the week right with the first family of gaming. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Xbox South Coast, don't sleep on Redfall. That update made it 100 times better. Hey, you saw it on the thumbnail. We're going to talk about that because that's a big part of what's happening here. All right. Oh, Shintaro.
Welcome.
Good morning, my man. Welcome.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
There we go. Darren took it to the place we needed to go. PlayStation is Sahara Desert dry. Facts. That's the type of dry that shit is. Absolutely.
There we go.
It's crazy. But yeah, so Forza is a huge pillar for Xbox because it is showing. Last month we had Starfield. This month we have
the beast,
Forza.
the one, the
and
only.
We went back to
Forza.
back months with monsters. And again, as sad as it is, we have to put aside these scores. I don't know if we're ever gonna get like great scores out of Xbox anymore.
Yeah.
Not because their games don't deserve it. I mean, that's just facts, right? We know that they deserve it because they're amazing. But I think the Xbox tax is real. And
I
even
think the shade is real. I think
for sure
the hatred is more than just like shade. What I've learned lately is that it's like this rooted hatred for it. And it's pretty sad and pathetic. To be honest, like I didn't know that you can feel that way about something like this, but apparently you can. But yeah, it's deep rooted hatred that it's running around, and it's not just from like envious and jealousy from the players. This is like obviously we're talking IGN and you know anybody who's trying to hold them down in that
Absolutely.
aspect.
Absolutely.
Because you know, out of respect for the people that work on these games, the studios, and just you know, Xbox themselves, like I can tell you right now, anybody else would have laid down and died the way that things were looking for them. And not just that, because listen, you can be having a rough year, right?
Facts.
But when you, on top of that, are on the public eye, constantly being attacked, constantly getting knocked, and no matter what you do right, they have a list of everything else you did wrong to come and get you right away. That messes with your mind, right?
Agreed.
And that's very heavy. And for them to continue to push through and believe in their brand and to continue to do right by their consumers, that's a huge deal because that shows the character. That shows character of who they are when they're down and who and how much you could trust them as a brand that you can, you know, buy and that it's being sold to you, you know?
Agreed.
It's an
100%.
investment, as you say, see money, right? You invest on these boxes thinking that they will come through with the games and what they need to do for you. And I think that Xbox proved that they're here to stay, they're here to give us what we want, and they're here to work with us, which I appreciate.
I agree 150%. And I think at the end of the day, it's it's so sad because you know, I feel like we're even getting to the point where it's going it's like seeping in more than I thought it would. Um in the sense like Forza, right? Forza Horizon, the guys who typically review like the race car guys
Yeah.
are normally like really separate from IGN. Like they don't look at it that way. So they go ahead, they review the game, they gave it a high score. Everything was great, right? Um, but it seems like the hate is so real right now that it's actually getting into every part of IGN. And now you have somebody who in their review says that this was the best Forza game that came out. They went ahead and gave it a 8 as opposed to rating it better than the previous one, which was, I believe, a 9, if I'm not mistaken.
But this is the best game
But it's the
that
best
they've
one, but
released,
it's
but it
worst
gets an
score.
8
So best one,
versus
worst
the
score.
worst one out of the 2, which got a 9. And this is where you can see, right? You see what they're doing. And
Yep.
this is the problem. And this is what took place here. The whole thing happened with Starfield and leading up to Starfield. And the rest of the company said, "Oh wow, we can get away with this," because to a certain level, they had to keep the work ethic, right? They had to keep things balanced. That feeling that they had inside, they had to try to suppress and keep neutral, right? Where you are choosing a side, which you shouldn't do. Obviously, you should go into these games with a clear mind, going ahead to judge the game, not the company that makes it, right? And your personal feelings towards that. And I feel like the fact that they were able to do this and get away with it and double down on it, right, with Starfield, I think that opened the portal to everybody else in there to feel entitled and to feel like they can go ahead and do this without feeling like they're putting their job on the line and that they will be backed by IGN if they choose to do so.
Yep. Absolutely. 100%. I am I feel like I'm really disappointed because the thing is I think at the time when Forza Horizon was being reviewed and getting all these great scores, I think they didn't see Xbox as a threat, right? They didn't see Xbox um coming so quickly at this level. Pause. Um so I feel like now that they're like, holy shit, like Xbox is coming, like and they're rising quickly. Yeah, a lot. They're rising quickly. I think it's like, oh shit, okay, we have to put the brakes on this, right? So it's sad, but like it's just facts, man. At this point, like you can't deny it. You can't look at it and see it any other way. You can't have a dude who says it's the best one that came out, but I'm gonna rate it lower than the last one I rated it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's asinine.
There's a disconnect with what it's being said from the score, right? And I think they're hiding behind a 7, it's a good score, an 8 is a good score. And again, let's see how they rate Spider-Man. I'm very interested to see that situation go down. Let's see if their words match the score and how that's going to play out, right? Because then it's like the proof is in the pudding. And even then, they'll find a way, obviously, how to knock it and deny and say that it's just bitterness, the way that they're seeing this and how they're scoring Spider-Man, I feel like. I feel like we know the score. We know.
Well, they did it on the show, right? He said if it doesn't get at least a 9, we're gonna have problems. So they already showed us. They already showed us. Jacob says, and Jim is the Bermuda Triangle. So Sony is the Sahara Desert, and Jim is the Bermuda Triangle. G maybe says that's not dust on your PlayStation 5. It's just so dry that it's gotten ashy. That's what oh shit. Johnny Dark says when it comes to Nintendo and Sony, they get a pass on things that Xbox titles do not get that benefit of the doubt. Yeah. With Xbox games, they want the games to solve world hunger. Seriously, dude. If it's not like the fucking second coming of Jesus Christ, the game gets an 8 or a 7.
It's like, so true, here, dude. Like I love the way you said that. It's true. It's like it's a freaking video game. Everything should be judged at the same level. And yes, it has to. Even when it's solving world hunger somehow,
they say we didn't solve it the right way.
You didn't solve everybody's problem.
Yeah, we didn't give them enough food.
Tackled exactly.
That wasn't steak. You just gave everybody bread. Mr. Joanna Doug says, if you have Game Pass, try the game. If you're excited about a game, play it and don't let others ruin your experience.
Yes.
Reviews are there to help you when you're on the fence about a particular game. But in the end, reviews are subjective and I play the games I want. I swim in the 6 and 7s, but I love those types of games.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree 100%. Eric says Xbox set up to be publisher of the year for the next 5 years. IGN don't want that.
No,
they don't. And
they've
it's
made
sad.
It clear.
It's sad. So Jacob says, I had a plan this summer I considered, and now I'm finally going through with it. I'm selling my PlayStation 5 in games, but I want to do one thing before I sell it. Play and beat Spider-Man 2. My own preferences.
Listen, that's kind of taking. That's a short game. You're going to sell it before the freaking holidays. It'll be nice and easy and quick. And yeah, listen, I don't blame you. I feel like, without knowing what's coming, and then for the personal effect, again, I've said it before. I feel like, Xbox fans go ahead and they're more fans of like games in general, right? It's not an issue to go ahead and buy a Switch. It's not an issue to go ahead and buy a PlayStation and support if they're making the right thing, right? And I don't blame you because the lineup is just not there. The shady things they've been doing, it's just obnoxious and it's difficult to support. Even if they come through later on with something, it's difficult to support a company that you've seen how they behave and what they can do and essentially how they feel.
Yep. It's facts. Joanna Dark says, Doodle, if anything, Spider-Man 2 has to be better than the first 2 games. It needs to be critiqued even further as a third entry in the series. Oh, but they're gonna say it's better. Why? Because every once in a while you see the second Spider-Man swinging through the town with you. So that's super high end. Oh, and I can zoom out on the map and then pick a new place and then zoom back in. Oh, what innovation! Innovation,
yes. And this
never
is
done
why,
before.
guys,
The power of the SSD.
And this is why, guys, they couldn't give us any other games. Everyone was consumed working together to get this game going.
Oh yeah, for sure. Rashawn says we already know it won't. It's cognitive dissonance. Saying read the review, not the score. I've heard that so many times this weekend. But and honestly, Rashawn, I feel the same fucking way. Like I can appreciate the idea of scores don't matter. And I think we all know that, right? Like we don't I don't think anybody seriously looks at a score that for a game they were interested in and says, I'm now not going to play that game. Unless like it was like a mass murder, right? Like everybody says this shit is garbage. It's a 2, don't play it. Like every single person says that, then maybe you won't, right? Unless it's in Game Pass, then you still fucking play. But in that scenario, yeah. But the problem is that obviously I think what we feel, right? And again, we're a small bunch, right? As much as we like to believe we are this huge entity, right? We're a small bunch, right? We don't have millions and millions of us here who are so connected to the hardcore nature of it, right?
Yes.
The vast majority of the people who are playing these games are not hardcore. They're just seeing a cool game and they're buying it, or they're checking out a review and see it's trash and they won't buy it. But for us, it doesn't matter, right? We just see the game, we like it, we play it. I think the problem is that PlayStation fans versus Xbox fans, right? PlayStation fans for so long have had the benefit of saying, wow, look at this game. It's so amazing. Look at this game. It's so amazing. Look at this game. Like they had so many to talk about. Xbox fans, we were a little lighter. We had our great games, but it was a little lighter. And with all the bashing, it just kind of took away. And now that we're in a position where we know these games are amazing, we know that they're beyond amazing. We know that they're deservings of 9s and 10s easy, like without thinking about it, because guess what? They all have gotten 9s and 10s. There's all these outlets who are giving them 9s and 10s, but it's frustrating when the major ones who have like the most weight with Metacritic and things like that come around and slander these games, give them these lower scores, and like puts a damper in our celebration.
Yeah,
right.
and the big thing also is like, okay, we've seen games like you personally see money. You weren't planning to play BG3, right?
No.
And it was all over the place. It was made into such a big hype that you went ahead and you had FOMO. You said, "What the hell is this shit all about? Let me go find out." Right?
Yep.
Yes, those are the situations that can happen at times. But when we're looking and we're seeing the inflation when it comes to like the boxes being sold by PlayStation, right? And we understand that these are casual gamers.
Daryl Mack was good, brother.
Welcome, love. Because the reason they're buying this thing is obviously because they're casual gamers, right? They're not out there going ahead and buying their first party games, and the numbers are not matching, right? And so obviously we understand what's happening. And because of that, it's why it is important, the scores, right?
Yeah,
Because there
absolutely.
are a lot of people that just look at that number and say, okay, that's all I need to know, right? I
Yep.
think the games that I'm very clear on, right? And I do like to try things for myself, but I feel like the Nintendo brand, we know well enough that we kind of just say, it's a Mario game. I'm going to go pick it up.
Yep.
It's another Pikmin. I'm going to go pick it up. And it doesn't necessarily matter what it's being said, or we don't necessarily need to do any type of research
true.
about the freaking score, because it doesn't matter to us. We're waiting for these games. We're just happy they're giving them to us. But when we have PlayStation and Xbox, that it's a little bit different, right? These
Agreed.
games are a little bit different. We need to kind of dive a little deeper. And again, it wouldn't matter if PlayStation wasn't out there dominating when it comes to the boxes, right? And I do think that this is going to make a big turnaround. And I don't think that what they're doing is going to affect in the long run, but I do think that is shady. And I believe that it does have an effect as with how fast the turnaround will be. And that's the problem,
I agree 100%. I agree. I mean, the stuff matters no matter how
It
you cut it.
does.
But I could tell you this. I do feel like Xbox in general, I think they're very well aware. I think they're very well aware of the tax that they have. And you see, like, they focus on the people who are giving them good scores.
Yeah.
Like, they are putting out these tweets. Like, Aaron Greenberg is putting out these tweets when he reads a good review and blasting them out and promoting them.
That's what they need to do to
that's the way.
reinforce the situation,
And
right?
slowly take away from IGN, right?
Yes.
Like, they're not promoting IGN with their bullshit score. They're promoting everybody else who actually saw it. And again, like, we're not talking about if Xbox put out a game and everybody gave it a low score and one place gave it a great score, then obviously it's like, of course you're going to highlight that one because everything else says it sucks.
Yeah.
But that's not the case ever. now, right? Like they're making these bangers, and you have everybody out there. All of these people are giving it great scores. They're giving it great scores, and IGN's the only, IGN and people like them are out there. Your Eurogamers and Metro and all that crap who are giving them the shitty scores. So Xbox is not putting them on blast, right? They're promoting the other people. But I get it. It's scary for these PlayStation diehards who live their life with the idea that PlayStation's success makes them have a better life.
Yeah.
That brings them happiness or joy.
I don't understand. And again, it needs to just go back to the love of game, right? Because it doesn't matter where the better game is. You just go ahead and follow. Like, it's not do or die, guys. It's not.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. It as much as it's not, it was do or die for the brand.
For
right?
the brand,
Xbox was on the ropes,
talking
right?
about this type of situation that, like,
for people, it's not do or die, but they have that feeling.
Their personal life, and they can be sitting there getting screwed by it, and they still claim that everything's okay. Like,
well, they do it every time. Every time they give them a shitty situation, they're like, "It's okay. We like that. Prices go up, dope. No day and date. We don't need that."
I feel like we need, and this is the thing. It's the conversation. I don't know, that could be had, but it's kind of like I have this desire to, like, get into a conversation with someone who's so die hard, who's a pony, right? And ask them, like, are you okay with the lineup? Are you okay with what's happening? Like, what is it that you're so
you never get the answer
into, and you never will, because their tactics are not of a conversation, right? Their tactics are not to go ahead and speak on it. Their tactics are low and trashy.
Agreed.
And they go right into talking things that make them sound so ignorant. And it's really sad.
It is sad.
Mm-hmm.
It is sad, and it's frankly ridiculous. G maybe says Phil will find a way to get everyone cheeseburgers, and motherfuckers be like, "What? No fries?"
Yeah.
Yo, it's true. It's so true. Gerald Mack, what's good, my man? Says shout out to the Morning Quest podcast. Salute.
Thank
Salute,
you,
my man. Thank you so much. Oh shit. Mr. Joanna Dark says, I think the 19 inches will give the W. Shit. Sanchez Gaming says, been enjoying Gotham Knights. All my screenshots are of Batgirl.
Enjoy.
Listen, Gotham Knights was good, man. That's another game that got a lot of hate. It's not the game that I wanted it to be, because when I look at it, I wanted it to be Batman, but just in like a different story with different characters. And they did something different, which is, it's not bad. It's just different. Roshan says, I agree with you that scores don't matter to me, but that the score isn't related to the review. I guess I said it wrong before. Oops. It's all good. It's all good. They're fucking full of shit anyway.
Yeah.
Ham says it's for click farming. Get massive engagement with shit that doesn't make sense is the new wave. It is. And honestly, it's the same thing that YouTubers do, right? That's why you have these people like Dream, whatever his name is, and the MGBG, whatever the fuck these people are, that they sit there and they spend their entire lives like talking shit about Xbox because they know that's what their fan base wants.
I can understand that. But the thing is, when you're talking about someone like a company like IGN, all right, like the biggest one out there that we kind of know and we go to, these tactics are not okay, because that it just we have to be able to trust you. We have to be able to believe you, right?
Facts.
So to get the clicks for that one, and then you lose an entire community that has put their faith in what you've said when it comes to these games, that's bullshit. And as much as I want to say that is for the clicks, at the end of the day, what this looks like is just hatred. And because I can't imagine putting my company at risk for clicks on this one situation when I have to look at the entire picture. And so it makes absolutely no sense for it to be about the pony clicks.
I mean, I think it's a balance between it, because it's about who leads, right? So who leads makes the difference. So in IGN, you got fucking Dan, what's his face, right? Who's in charge of most of that shit. And then he's bringing on people who are in the same boat as him, like the people who feel the same and they do the same shit. Even the Xbox podcast people on IGN are still like line walkers, right? Like they don't go full in on Xbox ever.
Yeah.
It's never about how amazing Xbox is. It's always like, they finally did something good, or finally this, or blah blah blah. It's always with like a negative connotation.
Yes, but then
like
you
they're
also
afraid.
thank you. Exactly. So then even if you're a diehard fan of Xbox, unless they have ponies camouflaging over there, at the end of the day, you're seeing who they work for, right?
Yep.
And so when you have a family, when you have a home or yourself to support and take care of, when you're working in this type of atmosphere, it does have to impact your opinion and how you frame things or how you say things in some way or another.
Absolutely. 100% agreed. Mr. Joanna Dark says, it's like Everborn said, we are letting these media outlets tell us what to like and what a score means. Now, the new narrative is that mid to high 80s makes a bad game. It's nonsense. And again, I think 100% it is nonsense, but it's not. I don't think anybody thinks that it makes it a bad game. I think that they are saying that your games are bad because our games score better, right? That's what they look at. So when they go ahead and they take their God of War or whatever that scored in the high 80s or the low 90s or whatever it is, or the mid 90s, right? Like this is what this is. It's all about my score is better than yours. And that's what IGN is feeding into.
Yes, but let me ask you a question,
score
right?
is lower than the other guys.
If you go ahead again, we talked about BG3 and we talked about the noise behind it, right? Obviously, you heard that noise and you said, I got to check it out, right?
Mhm.
And so if you're on the fence or you're like, okay, well, maybe that's the game I should look into. And then you see that score, right? That is not exceptional, is not something special. Is it really worth it, like spending that money on the game if
you're not invested in it, yeah.
exactly. So that's
100%.
that's what it affects, and that's the problem when it comes to growth overall.
Agreed. They know that they're stifling the growth of the Xbox with these lower scores because there are unfortunately way more people that go to them than they go to YouTubers or people who actually have genuine opinions that are not, bullshit, right? And so they get to kind of set that stage and decide, who gets to be seen as the superior console, right? And that's fucking crazy because again, you can't even tune in and say, all right, well, I like Xbox, so let me go watch Podcast Unlocked, and that'll be my safe place at IGN because that's gone too. It used to be filled with people who liked Xbox and they talked about it, but now they're all gone.
And
Everybody's
let's
gone.
not forget how IGN in freaking Brazil or Spain score this game, right? When we talk about Starfield, there was a huge disconnect. And so obviously this was personal and continues to be.
100%. Gerald Max says it great right here. He says, have any of us seen PlayStation in a position of possible multi-year struggle? Since we've been gaming, this has to be really new to the platform and the fan base.
Correct.
That's true. Like they don't know what to do, right?
They don't know what it feels like.
Down right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's happening in the industry, whether it's the fans or these news sites who get their bread buttered by Sony.
Yes.
Right. They're all panicking because it's like we have invested so much in Sony that if the table flips and Xbox becomes dominant, Xbox is not going to butter IGN's bread. If anything, if Xbox does flip the narrative and they become the dominant force and everybody's looking at Xbox will then be able to push other places forward and send fans to look at other places for reviews. Because at that point, people will be actively searching out Xbox, not just going to IGN and seeing what IGN has to say about Xbox this week, right? So they're afraid. They're all afraid. And it's so sad because we should be celebrating that Xbox has gotten its shit together. Xbox has finally been in a position now where all the investments have been paying off, where we're seeing them make even more investments, future investments to even build our gaming library more and more vast and have like the excitement of what's to come be back, right? Like we're back in a position where we have so much to look forward to. Like if I'm a PlayStation only guy right now, this is sad. This
Mhm.
is sad because I'm looking at it saying, shit, Spider-Man is great. I'm going to have fun. But they just said 15 hours, okay? 15 hours to beat it, 30 hours to platinum it, okay? I've already put over that amount of time in Starfield and I haven't even started the main game. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So as a PlayStation dude, you're like, shit, 30 hours, you know, I'm a PlayStation dude. I'm going to play 10 hours a day. So it's going to take me 3 hours to platinum this game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, but like it's scary. And then it's like, okay, well, what else do we have in the pipeline? Well, we were thinking about factions, which could have been great because we know that Naughty Dog makes great games, right? So, all right, at least we got that. But now that's out the window, right? They hired Bungie to go assassinate that shit. So that's gone, right? So what is it there? We have Wolverine at some point in the future, which sure is probably going to be great because Insomniac is great. But it's like, what else are we doing? Did they pivot away from these single player games that we know and love? Because we know they have. We know they added all these games as a service. But what did they do? Because we got the reports that the studios are pissed at Jim because they didn't want to change their formula of making great single player games. They don't want to feel like
they should not have done that. If they wanted to go ahead and make these games, again, as I said before, start soft, start slow, find some money, go ahead, put together a studio, put together a team that is qualified to make these type of games and plan it out. Plan out a really good game that you feel will be something that will excel and work
100%.
on that. It's the way they went about it. It was very chaotic. They were losing their shit. That's what it was. They had no plan. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to fight back. And instead of continuing on what works for them and expanding from there, they went to try to imitate.
Yep.
And that is not the answer. That's never the answer. And that's where the problem came in. And let's not forget, again, also, yes, Spider-Man's gonna sell. How many of the Xbox fans are the ones that are getting those collector's editions and supporting this game as well? You know, there's a lot of, again, I feel like I said before, PlayStation fans are very cutthroat. If they support anything Starfield or anything Xbox,
That's
it's
actually
very
wild.
behind the scenes. And so
That's
let's
wild.
think about, because I know we have the collector's edition pre-ordered and coming. And so how many Xbox fans who have multiple systems are the ones sitting there supporting this Spider-Man game?
It's
And
really
even
funny
if
to say
let's just talk about just the collector's edition because we appreciate things for what they are. Like, let's be honest, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the funny, like, it's funny that you say that because we talk a lot about how, you know, there's not a lot of hardcore PlayStation guys that exists outside of the Twitter space.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're in the millions, but in relation to how many people buy a PlayStation 5,
Mhm.
they're really not that many because we start talking about how many people bought God of War or Spider-Man out of, you know, 140 million, 120 million PlayStation units that are out there. You know, you have sales of 20 million or for the highest selling stuff, maybe 30 million for Spider-Man, but like for the highest selling regular stuff, 20 million, and then down from there is, you know, 10, 12, you know, 6, 5, 4, right? So the percentage of hardcore PlayStation fans who own a PlayStation is very, very low, right? The rest are casual gamers.
Yes.
But you just brought up a good point that out of those people who are buying that, how many of them are not even hardcore PlayStation fans? They're just hardcore Xbox fans who are
love games.
real gamers,
who love games, and
like
that's
us,
the
who are
difference.
still going to buy those games.
Yes.
So that number is actually even smaller when you
Much smaller.
consider
Yes.
taking us out the picture.
Mhm.
That's wild. I have not even thought about that one time. That's so smart. Absolutely, Doodle. Nice job.
Thank you.
That was good. Darren says Sony is still riding in PlayStation 4 success. They're way too comfy, and they thought they could skate by this generation again. And it shows that the same approach won't work anymore. The industry has moved on, man. Darren, you're 100% correct.
Yes.
As gamers, we have grown. We expect more. And they're not providing that for us.
And there's no sign of it.
Yeah,
that's the problem. If we again, and this is why I relate it back to, like, these are the same people that were running around saying Starfield is going to be on PlayStation, right? I'm going to make that clear. This is the same people that we're talking about. Yes, Starfield is coming to. No, it's not. Yes, it's coming to PlayStation.
Xbox
so
needs
we're talking.
PlayStation.
Yes,
Xbox needs
we're talking
PlayStation to buy
about
the game.
this same group of people, right? These are the same people that saw that Xbox was running around and Philly Steakhouse was running around buying studios left and right. I mean, what did you think they were buying these for? You didn't think to go ahead and start planning out what you were going to do when these studios started to produce the games? You didn't think that this wrath was coming, which, by the way, was a reaction to your bullshit, PlayStation. You got greedy, you were nasty, you were entitled, and Philly had enough. Philly had enough, and that was a reaction. But the fact that you can't put together that this was coming for you says a lot about you and how the mentality works.
It's part of that situation where they had the arrogance because they did not think that Xbox would succeed. They did not think that. They're thinking in their mind, these PlayStation fanboys, Sony as an entity, Jim Ryan was like, go ahead, buy whoever you want. You can't make a good game. You guys can't make anything to compete with us. So it doesn't matter, right? Fun fact, it didn't turn out that way. Okay, these games are not only been released and they're amazing, but the ones that are coming that they've already shown us are also shaping up to be amazing. And we already know that Phil is not a man who likes to repeat mistakes. He learns from it, he grows from it, and he works to make them better.
Phil's legacy is going to be insane by the time that he's done with Xbox.
It's already insane. So what's to come is even crazier.
Done. He's not.
Wait till you buy Nintendo.
Wait. Yep. Listen, I never thought in a million years that I would see Nintendo signing a deal with freaking Xbox. And so I don't put anything past what Xbox can do right now. At the end of the day, he went and he met up and he got that wallet. Dude, you understand? Phil is a G.
Facts.
Phil is a freaking G. He went and got that wallet, dude. Like, I don't know what type of tactics. Like, how did they not see this shit?
Well,
the lift that you need, right? The plan that you had to come to this dude with to go ahead and say, give me that money. For him to say, here you go, take my wallet, go shopping.
Yep. Agreed. I think they just, again, it's part of them being arrogant and cocky. You know, they saw Microsoft getting into games as a service, right? While PlayStation was doing their single player shit.
Yeah.
And they brushed it off because they said, look at these fools. Look at Sea of Thieves. That's garbage. Look at this grounded game. Wow, that's whack. Nobody's going to play that. Yo, when they released that thing, that image, or Cobra did it, where he made that image with all of the amount of players that these games have. Yo, that might have been the reason. They might have been like, Jim, you're out.
Yeah.
Look at this shit. Sea of Thieves has how many? 30? How many million people? And we have how many PlayStations?
That's why he lost. He was like, fuck it, we'll make 12.
Dude, nobody on PlayStation, there's not a game on PlayStation that maybe outside of Spider-Man, just because I don't have the relevant number, I don't know how much Spider-Man has sold. But outside of that, no other first-party game or first-party IP has been played by more people than have played Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves, the multiplayer pirate game where and it's cartoony looking. Like, put that into perspective for a second. They never thought Sea of Thieves would be something, and it is performing better than any first-party PlayStation game.
But why, see? That's the question.
Because PlayStation gamers don't exist. There's PlayStation Twitter fans.
Listen.
Okay, there's PlayStation Twitter warriors. All right. But we already know.
It's all lip.
It's all lip.
But at
These
the
guys
end
are
of
not
the
playing
day,
these games, bro.
What do they do over at Xbox? They listen to their consumers. They go ahead and they fix what you want fixed, what you're complaining about. They see where they're falling short and they go ahead and they keep pushing. They don't say, here's your game, which is, by the way, what Jimmy was going to do with these games. He was going to say, here's your game. I don't give a shit if you like it or if you want more out of it. We're done with it. We're not going to continue to invest our time, our money, our energy into this to figure you out.
Yep.
But this is what they do at Xbox. They hear you, right?
They listen to us.
They listen.
That's why it's worth talking on our side.
They listen and they give back. They're not done. Yep. They continue to work on the things that they give you until you're happy with it, until they've topped themselves. And I'll take it. PlayStation can't do.
Facts. I'll take it a step forward on top of that. And before they listen to us, they listen to their studios and their developers.
Yes.
And that is ultimately Xbox's biggest win. Because when you take a company like Rare, who's known for so many legendary IPs and being such an amazing studio, and then having them come out and say they're going to make Sea of Thieves, like the world mocked that decision. Okay. They mocked it.
Yep.
And Phil could have been like, yo, this is not a good look for us. Rare. This is not a good look for us. It wasn't an instant success. This is not a good look for us. You need to go make a hardcore regular game that people are going to like. But he didn't. He didn't. Rare is a passionate group of individuals who make amazing experiences. And he trusts his studios, and 9 out of 10 times going forward now, like what he's doing, it's been showing us that trust is well placed. Even Redfall, which again was a blemish, right? Not because we thought it was a bad game, but because the industry
wasn't to their standards.
Right? It wasn't to the standards. Now, obviously, Redfall is divisive. Some people like it, some people don't. But what we can say is that Phil did not say Redfall flopped. Let's delete it from our history.
Let's keep it moving.
It's gone. It means nothing to us. We're going to ignore it. We're going to focus on all these amazing games like you see on screen right now with fucking Fable that looks fucking unreal. Cannot wait to see that game more.
When you have the pony saying that was not gameplay.
It's not gameplay. It's fake. It's fake. This is all CG. Meanwhile, the developer's like, bro, that's the game. Like, we're playing it. It's in our hands. We're doing it. But no, it's fake.
Listen, it's not real until they say it's real.
Yeah, for sure. But like the fact that Redfall has now been patched to give us that 60 frames per second, which, to be fair, they said it from the beginning that there will be a patch for the 60 frames per second. It just wasn't ready in time. They came in hot, and obviously, Starfield is coming. You couldn't take Redfall and delay it. You couldn't, because it was going to get destroyed and swallowed anyway.
Yes.
So they trusted, Arcane to be where they needed to be, and obviously at the time, it didn't come through the way it was expected. But 5 months later, they made nice now, right? They fixed it. Now, this is the thing. Hardcore gamers, maybe we've moved on, right? Like, I still haven't. We were playing it to check out the patch and all that stuff, and I kind of got wrapped up into it. Like, Doodle was like, all right, listen, we have to play something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to move on. Like, I was like,
first of all, he would look at me every 3 seconds, like, give me the controller. And I'm like, bro, I'm playing.
Yeah.
Fudge off. Like, it's so populated now. It's
it's
an amazing experience. Again, 60 frames per second, which is such a big deal because we were talking about a refresh, and we said how this would be necessary if their games cannot go ahead and deliver at 60 frames per second. And here we are, and they're working on that, and that's hope for the future to what else they're going to come and deliver.
Beautiful, plays beautiful.
It does.
It's a whole different experience. And this is the thing, like I said, maybe us hardcore people, Like I am at some point gonna want to get back into it because I do want to finish that story out.
Yes.
But
It was.
I think
Again, behind that, there is a
yeah,
huge
there's a
there's
great
a
story.
huge story
Yeah,
that
great game.
I felt very, captivated by and
But
wanna see
the
play
important
out.
thing about this update is that we have to stop like assuming that the game industry is the same way as it was. Game Pass changes everything. Game Pass changes the entire landscape of gaming because every time a new person signs up for Game Pass, which we know is every day new people are coming into the service. People who don't spend their lives on Twitter complaining about games, people who just want to have some fun and play a game. Right in time for the spooky season of
Oh my
October,
gosh.
they fix Redfall. New people are like, I want to find a spooky game. What spooky game is out there that's relevant and new? Redfall, right? That game is going to get played by so
Yep.
many new people who,
Perfect
when they
time, dude.
play it,
Perfect
they're not
time.
going to know the shitstorm that happened when it first released.
Exactly.
It's not going to mean shit to them. They're not going to think twice about it. They're not going to go look it up because it's in their Game Pass. They don't look up reviews for Game Pass games. They just say, what's this? And guess what? With cloud, with a click of a button, you're logging into the cloud and you don't have to download the shit. They're like, all right, let me try it out. And it works great. And they're going to love it. And that's what they're looking at. They don't give a shit. Think about how many people talk about fucking Sea of Thieves. Who in our community that's hardcore that we follow or that we are a part of their podcast or their channel or any of that stuff. Who sits here and talks about Sea of Thieves? Nobody. That didn't stop that shit from having 30 million fucking people playing it.
It's freaking ridiculous. It's amazing.
We gotta think outside of our bubble, and Xbox does that. They don't get caught up in this console war bullshit.
Yep.
They know that it's important for them to invest into their games. Redfall might not have a Redfall 2. Okay. I think Arcane is probably done with that franchise. Unless there's 20 million people playing Redfall on Game Pass, right? Like that's going to be a metric that they'll look at, right?
They can also do expansions to the
again, they
game.
can. I don't know if there's
whatever the heck
already
they want.
scheduled. They can do anything,
Yeah.
but I think the point is that like engagement will exist if the game is good. And right now, Redfall was put up to a current level that it is good. It's good. I had a blast playing it when it was 30 FPS on the console. Now at 60 FPS with the increased difficulty, with all these people that are now populating the world, they changed the game, dude.
Yeah. I was out there getting my ass whooped half the time.
Getting my ass whooped, trying to get the damn bunny from the Amelia storyline.
Somebody looked at me and he's like, I don't think this is going to happen for me. I think I got to come back to this area another time.
I'm telling you, I was stressing, but it's fun. Like I was having a good time. I wasn't like, oh my God, this is so stupid. I don't want to play it. I was like, yo, I got to figure this out because I'm having so much fun as I'm playing it. Like it's seriously, it's a whole different ballpark.
Yeah.
Let me get to some of these chats over here. Xbox South Coast says, This is the lineup that PlayStation has. Okay, let's read PlayStation's lineup.
Let's go, baby. Give it to us.
Jim got fired.
Yeah.
Sony got hacked again, multiple times. I'll add. PlayStation has 2 trash shows, no future roadmap. Yet the PlayStation podcasts are all talking about Forza Metacritic scores. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Ham says it's called cognitive dissonance. Yeah, it is. Jacob says fanboys are hating on Xbox every day, every year. Last Xmas, there was a boy getting an Xbox Series X and he had an Xbox pajamas and was crying happily, and people saw that video and hated. That's because they're trash. Gerald Max says this conversation that's being had right now is the reason why Xbox and Microsoft are going so hard. They're going to force you to talk in the positive light about them because of everything they're doing. This is exactly what we were saying, bro.
And I want them to freaking listen. That whole thing with let's buy them out of business. You don't write something like that and then you're like, just kidding. I'm just joking. This is what they're doing. And I'm happy. Go ahead. Keep at it. I don't want PlayStation out, but as CMoney has said, They need to be brought to their knees and humbled the fuck
Bow down,
down.
bitches.
Bow down, bitches.
Facts. Shintaro says, yeah, for real, they hate constantly. Damn, poor kid. At least he got a great console.
Yeah.
Facts. Darren says, it's a Scooby-Doo mystery over at Sony headquarters. When they catch the guy sabotaging PlayStation, then pull off the mask, it's Don Matrick. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
That's hilarious, yo. Xbox South Coast says, Hi-Fi Rush got an 89, but it doesn't count for Xbox because it was being developed as a multi-plat before Microsoft changed the plan. Yo, that's exactly what they believe.
Thank you for saying that. So
that's
this
what
is
they
the
believe,
thing.
bro.
Yes,
no matter how good they make it, it's always not Xbox who did it.
But it's only not Xbox if the game is doing well. If the game was shit, just like Redfall, got put on Phil. Nobody cared who made the game.
Yep.
Nobody mentioned their name. They mentioned Phil's name, and he was responsible for everything, which, by the way, he took like a G, and he was like, you know what? Sorry. It was Matt genuine. He's always out there facing.
He took the L.
Yes.
And he told us what
like
was going to come from that. It
That's what they should do.
He said it. He said that integrating these other companies, they thought that they were their own company still. Okay. So they thought when they put out an Arcane game that it'll be judged as an Arcane game.
Yes.
And that's it. Phil understands. He said it. And this is the path that we're seeing going forward. He understands that when it comes going forward, every single studio they have, and this is going to include Activision Blizzard, when you release a game under the Xbox banner, knowing that you are owned by Xbox, the expectations have changed.
Yes.
The expectations have changed. You are now a first-party studio, and your games should reflect as much. This was a learning lesson that they had with Redfall. They let them do what they do because they figured they're Arcane, and now they realize that Arcane and every other studio needs to understand that being Arcane is not enough. You're now Arcane, the first-party studio of Xbox.
Yes, and listen, the fact that they went ahead and they dragged his name around was all that he needed to see that, right? That's all that he needed.
That's it.
And now the standards are different.
Yep, and he's changing the game on
he
his
a G, yo.
He is like, a fucking G. Fucking Phil. I would love to give him a high five.
Yo.
Like, just
right? Like, yo, right
five,
here.
Phil.
Right here, real quick.
High five, man.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome. Kaseya says, look in the mirror and you will see the best reviewer of games. Judge for yourself. Your opinion is the only that matters.
100%.
100%,
Yes,
Kaseya.
baby.
Speak that shit. Xbox South Coast says, new Halo Infinite Season 5 trailer is fire. The Flood. No, I didn't watch it yet. Why? Spoiler. God damn it. God damn it, South Coast. It's okay. We have to watch it.
Yeah.
Right after this. Oh my God. All right, let me see. Gerald Mack says, this is the first time Sony PlayStation as a company has ever been truly challenged. In what we see, they weren't ready.
They were not, yo. Jim got caught with his pants down. He was doing something else when this took place because he was not looking. He was not paying attention. But listen, it feels really good that went down the way it did.
It does.
I'm not mad at it.
Look at this. Xbox South Coast.
Yes, baby.
I hope you two get invited to ILP one day.
Oh, baby. Tweet that out, my love.
Tweet that out to them, man. Let them know.
You.
Nah, King is the shit. They know.
Yeah, he is. He's freaking amazing.
We're going to be getting them all on soon enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt for them to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Go hit them up. You know what I'm saying? Let them know. All dope.
Thank you, love. That's sweet. Thank you.
Darren says, Phil Spender with the big bank. Hell yeah. Shintaro says, Pimp Spencer buying almost every company. Buy them all, baby.
Yeah, shit.
Buy them all.
Let's go.
Rashawn says, if Microsoft reaches 1/10 of Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer's vision, they'll make $1 billion per month. They will. 100% they're going to get there. These are just facts. Pixel Bit G, welcome, my man.
Welcome, love.
Welcome.
Thank you for stopping by. Good morning.
PS Twidiots. Yo, they are idiots. These are facts, bro. These are straight up facts.
We gotta
T
tweet
Maybe
that out.
says Phil Spencer's big bank is spent on his fat Matt booty games. Yo, honestly, my favorite thing that has ever happened in all of history is with as far as like games is concerned is all these emails that got leaked.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's the dopest shit because I feel like pre-email everybody thought Matt Booty was a bitch.
Yo.
Everybody was like, Matt Booty ain't shit. Phil Spencer, you ain't shit. Yo, these emails revealed the killers they are. Yo, Matt Booty said, let's spend them out of business.
That's the thing. There's no bitch assness here, guys. That backbone has been built.
This motherfucker's walking around with some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? He's like, y'all niggas don't know. Drop this, it's going down for real. Come on, man.
Is that an extra leg, Philly Phil?
They stand together and they're like, why do I see 6 legs? It's a fun time, yo. It's a fun time. Jacob says Sony probably looked at Redfall and said, it failed. We shouldn't care. But I think Redfall could become like Sea of Thieves. Absolutely, yo. First of all, vampires are dope. Okay. Second, a lot of people love Halloween and love spooky season. And for them, spooky season is all the time, right? So Redfall, they could just keep making it better. Like Doodle said, you don't have to invest in a new game. Give us a new expansion. Give us a new couple storylines, whatever you want to do. Boom, done. Gerald Max says, the thing that people fail to realize about Microsoft, they do nothing to be second place. They're always trying to win in any endeavor. Gaming is an endeavor. So they don't go into things looking to be second. They always want to be number one, even if they don't like care to be number one in the console war, right? Which obviously they would love that, but they want to be dominating. And they want to dominate in the dollars,
I love
baby.
that you brought that up because this is why they want their games everywhere. It's not like they don't hold anything back. And if you look at the way they grow, they're not going like this. They're spreading like a poison. They're just everywhere, wide, horizon style. That's the way to grow. They
100%.
are inclusive, right? And they go ahead and they please every type of gamer out there. And that has not been the short road. That has not been the easiest road, but that's the road they took, right? I say they're like the 3 little pigs. They build that brick house. It takes them longer, but it's better. It's better. It's stronger. You can't knock that bitch down.
That's right, man. That is right, baby. You are fucking speaking facts because that's what it be. Jacob says, I can say right here that I know that Redfall that a Redfall like flop will definitely not happen again, is I think what he was trying to say.
No shot
because
in
that's
hell
exactly what we know.
Phil will let that happen. There's no way that he will let that fly.
100%. Look, Jacob, I mean, even Fallout 76, that's why Bethesda and Xbox, they were meant to be. That's why the synergy is there, because Bethesda's a similar company. They don't just push it out and let it die, right? They did Fallout 76 and they worked on that game to the point where now it is honestly a game that you can just play and enjoy as Fallout.
Yes.
Like it's not oh my God, the multiplayer version. No. You can go basically play that shit by yourself and have the amazing time with an amazing game, with an amazing storyline.
Yep.
So even like Mr. Matty Plays went back and reviewed it, talked about how now he could actually just consider it a full-fledged, top-of-the-line Fallout experience.
And that's the difference when you have gamers who love games giving you this content, right? They are passionate about what they do.
100%.
Jimmy Jim doesn't even know how to hold a freaking controller. And this is the guy that was leading PlayStation. What kind of crack are they on?
Super crack.
That's that good shit.
They on that good shit. Xbox South Coast says, play Redfall with the community. It's fun with people. It's funny that you say that because, so I'm going to move this for a second. You see right on the bottom, it says join our Discord, right?
Yes.
You should join our Discord. You guys should join our Discord because we are going to be looking at, like, we've changed our schedule around a little bit right? So we are going to be looking at ways where we can do like a community game night where we could just kind of hop in, play with some members of the community, have a good time. So we're definitely going to be looking into that. So I definitely suggest if you're not part of our Discord, become a part of our Discord because that's where we're going to have it. And it's going to be a good time.
It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. Jacob says a failed game can become a good game at the end.
Yes.
Phil seems to have that mindset and you should have it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Gerald Max says Jim Ryan walked out on his own vision. That lets you know he didn't even like what he saw. So
I don't see this shit no more.
Feel some kind of way about it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It all starts with the leader, bro.
Yeah.
If you have a shit leader, how can you see a vision? They're the ones who set the vision.
Oh.
And look, I wouldn't be surprised.
I love that comment.
You know what I would love to have happen? I would love for everybody at Naughty Dog to just say, you know what? We're tired of this shit.
Yeah.
We're out.
Oh my
Everybody
gosh.
just leaves the studio and then Xbox forms I'm not gonna say what I just thought in my mind because it was a bit too much. But forms another studio just called like, you know, Naughty Bulldog, right? Or some shit like that.
Nutty Kitty.
Nutty Kitty. And just have them all move over there and start making Xbox games because they'll actually be supported.
Listen, when you have Sega coming out here saying we want to work with Xbox because they treat us better, right? Yeah. We're talking about the girlfriend, right? We're talking about PlayStation wanting to butter them up, right? Because it's not their studio. Imagine how their studios get treated.
I know.
Read between those lines.
It's wild. This pain. Welcome, my man.
Welcome, love.
Thank you for coming by.
Welcome. Bienvenido.
Bienvenido.
Yes.
He says, I'm watching Pixar Elemental right now.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good.
A good movie. He also says, Buenos dias, mi amigos boricuas in the house, papi PR.
Yes.
Woo! Facts. Eric says, real reason CMoney wanted to play something else. He was getting scared.
He was sitting in those boots, baby.
Why?
Why? He brought it back.
Listen,
I am mad.
He did bring it back.
I'm mad.
I like that, Eric. That's
Let's
okay.
Go.
I'll take that slander.
Yep.
I didn't want to play something else, to be fair.
Real last night, yo.
I didn't want to play
real.
Listen, don't. Listen,
it's all right, C. It's all right. You're all right today. Till tonight. We'll see how he sleeps tonight.
What is good, my man? Silent.
Love.
Welcome.
Happy Monday.
Welcome. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for being here.
Darren says, I can guarantee that if Redfall was a PlayStation exclusive and it released in a bad state, they would fix it, slap a new coat of paint on it, call it a remaster, then charge $70 for it.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
I feel that 100%. Oh, Xbox International Podcast. Welcome. CMoney. What is good? Welcome,
morning.
my friend.
Thank you for being here.
Kaseya says CMoney and Doodle is addressing the nation of gamers right now.
Thank you, baby.
Xbox International Podcast. I heard CMoney doesn't like scary movies. Yo, Doodle, you were afraid of that shit too. Okay.
What?
Let's put your ass back into this bucket. All right.
Don't try to make me down with you.
You coming down with me.
You coming down with
you. You were sitting over there afraid.
My hands.
You know, listen, this is what happened. Let's talk for real now.
Okay.
We'll watch this scary movie, right? And then every 3 seconds you see Doodle turn around, but hey, what are you guys back there? Make sure you're not watching, right? Just so that she don't have to watch no more. Then we gotta pause the movie to give her a break.
Really? All right, let me ask you a question. Who's the one saying you want to sit here next to me? I was like,
that was before the movie started.
Yes.
Okay, and I was trying to be supportive of you.
No, what are we doing?
I was trying to be supportive of you.
I believe we're going into this.
No.
That's how it went down, see? Listen. You know how it be. I
don't know what you're talking about.
Don't worry.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sanchez Gaming says they want to feel gone after Redfall. I know.
That's crazy. That's insane. They were out for his freaking head.
It's so bad. Sanchez says Redfall and Gotham Knights great at 4K 60. Yes. So good.
Yep.
So good. Silent says he's sick. Sorry, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better.
He said he's been playing a bunch of Control since we're nearing Alan Wake 2.
Yes. Oh man.
Alan Wake 2, that's gonna be.
I can't wait.
I think we're gonna just dedicate that weekend and just bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Whole weekend?
Yeah,
Or
and then
week?
we'll play some Island Way too. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? RWK, what up, my man?
What's up,
Welcome.
baby? Welcome.
Welcome. King Web, welcome, my man.
Welcome, love. Thank you guys for being here.
Yes. Trying to get through. Gerald Max says, trust me, the ILP, they hear it. Good, man. That's what I
Thank
like
you.
to hear. That's what I like to hear. Gerald Max says, we found out that Microsoft got some gangsters working for them.
Baby.
Those released emails. Yes. Matt Booty is peaches now, Roshan says. Facts, yo. Straight up facts. Oh my God.
I love this because again, the way we saw Xbox, I always said, like, guys, don't back the fuck down. Like they will go ahead and they'll listen and retrieve. And what they're doing now is that again, they have the plan that they want to follow through. They are confident in what they're doing. They know that this is the way to do shit. And where they're listening is with the games. You're not happy with it. What do we need to fix? What do we need to do? And that's how you run a freaking gaming company.
Facts. Bars. Absolutely. Gerald Max says Xbox and Game Pass is spreading like a propagating fire in Far Cry 2. Yo, if y'all don't know Far Cry 2, that is some bars right there because those fucking fires were real. Fucking make a mistake, light a little fire, shit got on your ass, bro, because that shit fucking went. Man, I miss those games or those days when they were trying to really go hard in like simulation of the world. Like Ubisoft were like, they were the shit with that. And it's like, why not? I want to be able to do that. Like we see it still in some games in some places, but it's not as hard. Like it's not as good as they did back then. Like even the branches and shit, when you used to walk, each individual branch would move. And it's like now they half-ass it. I need somebody to get deep in
a bitch-ass version of it.
For reals. That's why Xbox needs to buy Crytek. Crytek were the original people who put all that energy into those little details.
Yeah.
I want that shit.
And it shows and it's appreciated when they go ahead and you see again the love for what they do when they go that hard.
Facts. RWK says CMoney Abandon was a game about Jim Ryan. Sony is abandoning it. Jim Ryan is Jesse from Toy Story 2.
Oh my God. Yes.
They pulled up on the side of the road and dropped him off in a box. Bounced.
I told you guys the janitor was like, yo, Jim, get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
We're taking out the trash.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. Xbox International Podcast says green jelly, 3 little pigs. Absolutely. Oh my God. Oh, we got some name suggestions for the new Naughty Dog.
Ooh.
Naughty Cat. Xbox South Coast says. She maybe says Dirty Kitty.
Yes.
Yo.
I like that.
That is that's dope. That is dope. Pixel G says y'all got jokes. Well, you know, I don't know.
Monday morning, baby.
That's the way we want to start the week, bro. And I'm off. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's a
great.
Nice day. Nice day. Jacob Novak says, fun fact, Jacob in Redfall is voiced by Yuri, who voices Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 or 5 game, and Hi-Fi Rush's Chai is voiced by Robbie Damon, who voices Spider-Man in a few series on Disney. So what I'm hearing is everybody's abandoning Spider-Man.
Everybody's out. Everybody's
Nobody
out.
wants to be Spider-Man no more. They're coming to where the grass is greener. Ooh.
It is.
Cypher says big pause. I remember what we were talking about. Xbox International Podcast says, chat, we are on Halloween. Let's scare some money. Why?
Yo. I have one I'm working on.
No,
like
stop
in
it,
real
dude. You're
life,
working on shit.
Scare the bejesus out of him.
With that. Nope.
I'm plotting. I'm plotting, guys. You know how I do.
G maybe says banging all weekend. No
Banging
pause
all
needed.
weekend.
Those are facts. Absolutely.
See, G Maybe's right there with us.
Yeah, look, God damn it. International Podcast, Xbox, you know it. Same thing as we missed the Rainbow Six Vegas game. They were fucking great. Yes. Damn it. Bring it back. They were going to make Patriots or whatever the hell, and then they got scared and they dropped it. Yo, Rainbow Six Vegas was amazing. I don't understand how we haven't gotten, like, even fucking remaster that shit. You know what I'm saying? Remake them.
They'll get to it. See, they'll get to it.
Oh, man.
They'll get to it, guys.
RWK says Crytek on Rise was fire. Yes, Rise. It's still to this day fucking stunning. And it's an amazing game. And that was another game that was a victim of the fucking PlayStation slander about quick time events and all the bullshit that was going on with Xbox on on their reveal, the TV, that fast forward, and now PlayStation is fucking TV with no games. They making more TV shows and movies than they make games right now, bro. Come on, man.
That's a problem. Out of here with that shit. That's a problem.
Oh man, don't you just want to pull up and just like slap one of them?
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like
bitch slap the shit out of them. Like Will Smith their asses.
Yo, Will Smith their asses for sure. That's what they did to Jim.
You want to get Willie?
Jim got Willie. Jim got Willied hard, bro. Oh, that's funny. I'm not even gonna pause that shit. I'll let that shit fry. Jimmy did get Willied. Pixel Bit G says that's what's up. Love the energy, y'all.
Thank you,
Pixel, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Eric says the old Spider-Man saw the new MJ and said, nah. Yo, they're on some other shit. I don't know what they got going on. Xbox International Podcast says also Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter.
Yes.
God, it was so good.
Holy crap.
Those
are the days when you used to play online and you were playing with a dope ass team. None of this bitch assness talking shit at the other end.
Absolutely.
It was like, yo, real fun. Let's play. They're coming to get you. Let's go. We're a team.
Boss Red, what is up, my man?
Welcome.
All right. So, yes, right. So we have Xbox really defining like gaming going forward. That's the way I see it. They are not only have they caught up as far as like the mind share of what they're doing in gaming, but they are setting the path. They are making PlayStation, who was the mighty king, who was Humpty Dumpty sitting up on the wall. And unfortunately,
it has cracked.
They're falling, bro. They're falling. They're still mid-flight, right? They were high up, right? So they're still falling, but they're gonna hit that ground, and that crack is gonna be so satisfying, so satisfying.
It is.
But again, Xbox is defining the future because everything Xbox did to get to this point is now what PlayStation is trying to catch up with. They're trying to catch up with the Xbox. So they are in first place trying to figure out how to catch up to the third place guy. You know why? Because they already see it. They see it. They already know what's happening. They know that they cannot compete and this will flip and Xbox will surpass them. So they're trying to do what Xbox is doing now so that they can try to keep that position. Unfortunately, their pockets are not deep.
They're empty. They're empty, guys. No pennies here.
No money. No money.
He's so sorry. They're empty.
But it's
Listen, this is the thing. It just got me thinking because the laugh that they must have had when they brought out this 10-year contract for Jimmy Jim. Like, Jim, where you gonna be in 10 years, bro? They must have like that Goodfellas laugh, when they're cracking up.
Yo, it's probably not even valid anymore because he's gone.
Not.
They're like, yo, Jim signed this.
We heard
he retired, so we're gonna tear this shit up. There's no more deal. You guys are done. Fuck out of here with that shit.
They must have been laughing that shit.
It's hilarious.
Like, where are they going to be in 10 years? They don't know what's coming.
It's hilarious.
They don't know what's happening.
So they are setting the stage because, again, we know that Xbox is very successful with games as a service, right? They're very successful with that, where PlayStation is struggling and they're trying to figure it out. And Jimmy was like, we're going to make everything games as a service.
Everybody gets
one.
What
we got? What do you got? My Little Pony? Games as a service. Let's fucking go, right? Figure it out.
Bluey games of service.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, the bank, let's go.
Like anything, whatever we got.
Way to the bank.
What IPs can we afford? Right? What can we afford?
Nothing, Jam. Oh shit.
So Xbox again has these phenomenal games, and the shit is that the shit that PlayStation doesn't get, and why Xbox continues to rise is they're not a one-trick pony. right? Unlike all the ponies that exist in the Sony stable, right? They're not a one-trick pony. Their library of games is not narrow, it's wide. The spectrum is wide. They have many different styles of games and genre of games and things that they created. Like this, like how do you define Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
There's nothing like Sea of Thieves that is out there. It's not, right? There's not. There's nothing you can compare to Sea of Thieves. And again, maybe we, the hardest of the hardcore, are like, okay, well, we're not playing Sea of Thieves anymore. But look at the numbers, bro. 30 million plus. That's huge, right? That's huge. Grounded. Again, out of the box thinking. The studios are expressing themselves and they're able to go ahead and to make a game that they want to make. And with Xbox support and the ability of the studio, they were able to go ahead and grow it. You got Grounded with more games being played, more players, over 12 million players.
That's
than
freaking crazy.
80% of Sony first-party games with 120 million consoles sold. That's fucking ridiculous.
That's what's crazy.
That's a goddamn shame.
Maybe Jim is the one buying these systems, and he's got them stacked in his house.
Jim's just storing them. Jim was the one. He was the one selling them off in the beginning. He bought a whole shit ton of them, and he's been selling them off.
They're somewhere. They're not. These games are not getting bought. It's hard to understand.
It's true. It's true. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, Xbox is continuing to make the right moves for us, right? They're leading and they're taking us with them, right? They're giving us all the experiences we want to have, and they're not just resting on their laurels. Like Forza that just came out is amazing.
Oh my God.
But it's going to continue to be even more amazing.
Because they're going to continue to work on it.
Because they're going to continue to work on it and grow.
It drives insane. I tried so many cars. I think the Mercedes, the BMW was really good. The Apollo, I hit everything with that one. That was the first one. That was so fast.
That was so fast.
Yes. But again, they teach you what to do. The Corvette was pretty dope too.
Yeah,
I drove a lot in the rain. Again, you guys know how much I love the rain, but you do feel that texture of the road depending on where you are.
It's amazing.
It feels good, you know?
100%. 100%. Darren says fixing Redfall was a boss move.
Yes.
Because it'll bring back some of the first-time players before the update as well as first-time players wanted to check it out. And it's still free to play in Game Pass.
Exactly.
Game Pass is the key, bro. Game Pass is the key. The ponies like to downplay Game Pass, calling it renting your games or whatever. Yeah.
You're not buying your games. Stop talking shit about us renting our games.
At least we're renting ours.
Yeah. What kind of bullcrap is that?
Y'all don't even show up for your old games, man. Get out of here. Well, y'all bullshit. RWK says, CMoney, The Last of Us 2 remaster for PlayStation 5. Come the fuck on. It's going to be $70 also. Yo, 100%. Like, listen, I would love for them to remaster The Last of Us 2 in Xbox's version of that, where they make it good. And if you own the game, you get a free upgrade. Dope. Let that be. And obviously, if you don't own the game, then yeah, you got to pay for it. Fine. But I mean, to be fair, if you have Game Pass, then you wouldn't have had to do that. God damn it. Game Pass is amazing.
It is.
But there's some clown ass shit, bro. This is their PlayStation's life right now is hanging off of them remaking and remastering their old shit. And it's not even like old. You're talking recent.
That's the thing, dude. Like, come on, man. Like, let us miss something. Let us ask you, can you remaster this shit? You know what? I can't wait for them to remaster this. Until then, keep making games. Figure it out.
Absolutely.
Listen, I don't have a problem sitting with Naughty Dog and tell them what direction to take with freaking The Last of Us. I want that Tommy story with Joel and see what happened then. Go ahead, figure it out, get it done. But again, I don't think it's them and a lack of wanting to make their games. I don't think it's them. It's the leadership that has been going on over there. And the fact that, listen, if your foundation is cracked, the building's going to come crushing down, and that's
Absolutely.
literally what's happening.
That's what Jim's been doing. He's been walking around the tower that is PlayStation, and he's been cracking the foundation, just walking around with a chisel, like bang, 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 just fucking making little cracks and divots all over the place.
Oh
I think Jim and Phil are actually best friends in real life. And Jim's like, don't worry, Phil, I got you. I'm gonna bring them down.
That's the only way that I can justify their stupidity. That's the thing. That if you tell me that shit, I'll be like, all right, I get it now. But I can't understand how they saw all this taking place.
How did he get to such a high level with such high level of stupidity?
Exactly, dude. You know because again, he's not a gamer. He's actually not a good businessman. That freaking deal he made with Bungie was bonkers.
Asinine.
It was ridiculous. I can't understand it. And so, listen, I'm going to talk to my toddlers today and explain it to them and see if they feel that was a good deal. And if they don't, I'll come back and talk to you guys about it because this is bullshit. That was not a good deal. I don't care how they cut it.
That's so desperate. That's not like how desperate do you have to be? Honestly, I do feel like I was joking about Jim being a sleeper cell agent, like Silence says. Where is it over here? He says Jim is a sleeper cell agent.
Yes.
I was joking about that, but it's a possibility. But what I'm not joking about, I truly believe that Phil and Bungie are working together. I feel like this was a setup that they know that PlayStation was desperate and they sent Bungie over there because Xbox was going to buy them. And they sent them over there and say, listen, go over there.
Show them a little bit of
that you can destroy them and then we'll purchase you. Right? Because it has to be. Like, that's some asinine shit that you're going to take the guys who created Halo, buy them, go into Sony, have free will to do whatever they want to any game of service that you have made. They walked into Naughty Dog, one of the most respected developers in the world.
The disrespect.
And they were just like, yo, your game is trash. Your game is garbage.
I would have packed up my crap that day.
I don't even want you to save pieces of it to use in a different game. Dude. I want it all deleted. Like, that's fucking wild.
I would have given them a freaking knuckle sandwich. Like, come over here. I'm going to bust you up. I'm going to bust you up and then I'm leaving.
But honestly, I believe it. Mark my words. We're going to find out one day. They're going to, Phil's going to write a book.
Email's going to leak because these dumbasses keep writing emails. But you make the damn phone call.
Make a phone call, bro. That's
in the freaking alley. Like we used to do back in the day when you wanted to talk real shit. You know, you don't write that down.
100%. Eric says Redfall was unfortunate, but the optics of not releasing a single game from that next 12 months show was worse than releasing it in that condition. Agreed. Especially since they ultimately were going to fix it anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was wild. Xbox South Coast says, how do you make The Last of Us 2 twice and still not have factions? Go as Bungie. Because they fucking murdered that shit.
Don't even go to Jimmy. Don't go to Naughty Dog.
Phil knows. Phil
yes.
Like, all right, Bungie, what is that shit? What game they got going on? Kill that shit. We don't want that shit out there. Fuck that. I'm telling you. It's going to be happening.
God.
Silence says leadership on Sony's side is floundering right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And this new guy, I think he's here to stay for a bit. He's talking as if he's here to go ahead. Yep. Todoroki. He's here to stay. I feel like he's out there talking about what the future of gaming
Todoroki,
is.
Isn't that the dude from
from My Hero Academia? I thought you were joking.
You know what I'm talking about. Hiroki. You know his name.
Shoto.
Shoto.
No, I'm still talking about the dude from My Hero.
I'm confused. All right. Go ahead. Continue. Sorry.
Anyways,
forget the names.
I feel he's talking like he's here to stay. He's talking about the future of gaming, which means where he's planning to take PlayStation. If Jimmy has been told to shut the hell up until he's completely out, who's going to be out there talking? I feel like this guy's the one that's coming in to make the moves, and they're just calling it that because they had to jump in and do damage control real quick.
100%.
But yeah, I feel like he's here.
Agreed.
And he's about to take a seat.
About to take a big seat. Eric says The Last of Us 2 remaster was a joke, not a request. Facts.
It was not requested, baby. It was not.
Jacob says, someone got me thinking yesterday. Naughty Dog has only been working on The Last of Us since 2013.
That's it.
Wow. 10 years. That's wild. Nothing else. But they got too tired of working on Uncharted, so that had to go away. Fuck out of here.
It's frustrating because I think that there's a lot to be said, and I feel like they're coming out and saying bits, and I feel like this is just the start of what is gonna leak out when these studios are pissed, like, really pissed, and they're out here really talking.
Yep.
Dude, it's all going to come out, and it's gonna be juicy as fudge. I'm
So
here
juicy,
for
baby.
it. Sorry
So
to
juicy.
say it, but I'm excited
I
to
love
get
every
all the
moment of this.
emails. I'm excited to hear what they're feeling, how they were treated, what they were told. I am here for it, waiting. Naughty Dog, come to me, baby.
100% agreed.
I wanna hear it.
Darren says Jimbo jumped ship, then took a whole lifeboat for himself. He put the front desk person in charge of PlayStation. Yeah, he was the first dude off the Titanic.
Yeah, he saw
That's what
that
this is.
freaking
Listen,
iceberg, and he was like, "I'm out."
this is it. What I need is for somebody to make the, like, you know how they make those dope ass clips on Twitter of like cool shit. Somebody needs to make the Titanic, right?
Put Jimmy in there.
PlayStation on it, right? PlayStation's the Titanic, right? Then you have the scene from the movie where the first dude gets on the boat like a bitch, right? Put him on there. That's Jim, right? And then you have the iceberg, which is Game Pass, and just PlayStation
took it all down, crumbling.
Yo, Game Pass is gonna be the thing of nightmares for anybody who ever runs PlayStation. You know what's so stupid is that they can, as much as we think about it, right? Because in my mind, I say, well, they can really just stop this real quick by saying, let's put our first party games in their PlayStation Plus shit, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of subscribe to it, hoping that would happen. But the more I think about it, I'm like, dude, even if they did that, we still wouldn't have any fucking games going into the service.
They ain't making shit.
They got shit to make.
Yes.
They got nothing coming.
Yes.
We would get Spider-Man. Great. What's one game we're getting next year? We don't even think Wolverine's coming out next year.
This is
they just started really making that shit.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell it like I see it. I think that the PlayStation pony loyalty only goes so far and is all talk for attention and clicks. I will tell you right now what they will do. They will subscribe for a month, beat that game, and unsubscribe as fast as they freaking can because their loyalty, it's only for self-benefit.
Facts.
Honestly, that's what they would do.
Facts. I read this fucking Xbox South Coast. Jim Ryan said, I have a child. I have a child from Titanic. It's fucking, oh my God. That's fucking hilarious, yo. That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
I don't put that past Jimmy. He's crazy as hell.
Jacob says, I can only imagine a different universe. Phil would Naruto ass whip Jim. Yo, I feel that.
Oh my God. Who wouldn't want to see like a freaking boxing match between Jim and freaking Phil?
We know that Jim wouldn't even know how to put on his gloves right.
I know.
He wouldn't even know what he's doing.
Epic.
No.
I feel like he deserves an ass whooping though.
He does deserve it.
Yeah, like that people can see. I feel partially.
Like
listen,
he's old. I would feel bad watching old dude games.
Fuck that shit. Listen,
Doodle's a killer. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. You want to talk about gangsters?
Yo,
y'all don't even know.
We were watching. We were watching. Blue Beetle. Finally, I can't wait to talk about it on Friday.
We'll talk about that on Friday.
And for those of you that have seen it, it's like Jaime was in the suit, and the suit was ready to take out swords and freaking battle. And Jaime's like, no, don't do it. I don't want to get anybody. And I was like, yo, are you Jaime? And I'm the suit out there ready to slay.
That's a relationship.
Crazy.
If you want to know how it goes down with me and Doodle, watch Blue Beetle, and she's the suit, and I'm Jaime. That's how it is. Jacob says, we can all agree on something. The Last of Us Part 1 for the PlayStation 3, 2013, messed up PlayStation's way of thinking. Yeah, it changed everything. They made that game, got super popular.
Yeah, and that's
became the new format
everything.
They said forever. So that is That's wild. Boss Red says Jimbo at home playing Redfall, getting ready to renew his Game Pass subscription.
Can you imagine? I would love a video of that.
That's
What is
hilarious.
Jimmy doing now? I need Jimmy to get a reality show. I want to see it all play out. I want to see it happen. But you know what's crazy? Yes, he got an out. We should have seen him be freaking humiliated. We should have seen him cry through these times where Philly Phil is out there. After that email that he had the balls to send freaking Phil, all right? Demanding what he wanted.
Yep.
Okay? Yo, I will love to see him just have to live through this shit.
I agree. But I think we're going to see that anyway, whether it's through Jim getting slandered for the rest of his life, even though he's not around. He's going to be gardening in his fucking backyard and just get hit with random feelings because everybody's talking shit. Relski, welcome, my man.
Love.
Thank you for stopping by. He says
here.
Phil is older, though. LOL. Well, you know what?
Phil
Time was not kind to Jimmy Boy because that man looks like he's 98 years old.
Yeah, he does. That's a rough youth. All right. Age. You got beat with that ugly stick.
Oh, damn. See,
sorry, Doodle. My bad.
She's killer. I told you. She's killer. Xbox South Coast says Blue Beetle is fire.
Yes.
DC needed that win. Absolutely. That shit was fire.
That was so good.
Don't at us because
man,
this shit
I loved it. I freaking loved it.
Xbox says Phil is older than Jim. Jim just stressed more, flying all over the world snitching. It's true, yo.
He looks rough. I forget who was in our chat and brought up his age. They looked it up. I was like, no way in hell. He's like in his 50s or some shit.
Yeah, I thought Jim was easily like 80.
Yeah.
Like he looks like Jim Biden. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Look, I just called him Jim Biden. That's gonna be his real new nickname. They say, yo, Jim Biden. He acts like him too. Like you don't know where he is half the time. He don't know what he's doing. Am I the leader of PlayStation? What's a PlayStation? Holy shit. Silent Cypher says Jim looks 11. That's fucked up. Oh my god. That's hilarious. All right, so listen. This onslaught of amazingness that's coming towards Xbox is only going to grow because, as we know, we have heard through the grapevines that this Friday the 13th, like the fact that it's the bad luck day has come true for Sony and PlayStation because that's the day that Xbox gets its bag with Activision. Sign that paper. Activision comes home to where they belong. Call of Duty will come into Game Pass, and every other game that we got going on is going to come into Game Pass. We're going to love Game Pass so much harder than we already do.
We'll be playing games in Game Pass.
Holy shit, bro. We have so many games that are coming our way. It is so wild.
Yeah.
It is so wild.
I just love that the ponies were out there saying that Game Pass made no damn sense.
I know. And how is it crazy? How is it sustainable?
They can't do math.
How?
They can't figure it out.
How are they living off hundreds of millions of dollars every month? How? Tell me how, damn it. I need to know. I need the books, Phil. Phil, give me the books.
You're doing research for Jimbo.
Fucking stupid fucking clowns, yo. Xbox South Coast. He appreciates my new name for him, Jim Biden, bro.
Let's
Come
go,
on,
baby.
Put it out there. It's new. I have nothing against Joe Biden, but Jim Biden sounds accurate.
Sounds about right.
Eric says hookers and blow age. That's fucked up. Jacob says Taiwan Fair Trade Commission has officially approved the Microsoft Activision Blizzard buyout. The CMA decision still looms, but is expected to be this week, closing week. I can tell you right now. I can tell you right fucking now. If you are sitting here thinking to yourself, well, if the CMA doesn't approve the deal, Xbox is shit out of luck because they're not going to close the deal. You're fucking wrong. Yeah. You're fucking wrong. Microsoft is not going to not close this deal.
They're closing.
Regardless of what happens, it's getting closed, man.
I tell you right now that even if they didn't, and they didn't get, ABK, and in some freaking universe, right? In La La Land, I think Xbox is all right. I'm
Oh, it
sorry
is,
to
but it's
break
not
it to you
happening.
guys. It's not
It's not
happening.
happening. They're going
It
to
doesn't
close.
matter.
They will step right
They're
over the
so
crack that is CMA.
narrow-minded, though. It's ridiculous. They're so narrow-minded.
Yeah.
It's everything they've done. It's everything they've built while you guys were out there chilling, talking crap.
Facts. 100%. Xbox International Podcast says Game Pass is fire.
It sure fucking
Yes, it
is.
is.
Let's go.
Xbox South Coast says Xbox deal closing will create mass hysteria on Twitter.
I can't wait.
It is. People are going to lose their shit.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm going to say it right now. I don't fucking clip this shit. And if it doesn't happen, I'm fine. I'm okay taking the L if the case is true. But I know in my heart, no matter what, there's no way. Phil is not going to say, man, look at all that beautiful Call of Duty money. Look at our entrance into the mobile market. Look at the billions and billions of dollars that we're going to leave on the table because this little shit stain CMA thinks that we're going to, they're going to block us.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, if you think further than just the Twitter warriors online who think they know what they're talking about, if you think further than that, if they went ahead and didn't close this deal over CMA, if the CMA does try to be a bitch and block it like the bitch that they tend to be, they would never be able to buy anybody else of consequence.
No.
Because the CMA will have the power to just block them.
Yeah.
So I think Eric says it right here. They will close over the CMA and kick their ass in court.
Yep.
Facts.
I agree with that. This is the thing. I personally, again, it's just, it blows my mind how they behave. Obviously, this is old business. Obviously, you have to bend that freaking arm and you got to show them that, no, we're going to get this done. Because what happens is the next time they want to make a big purchase like this, they're going to go and pull the same shit.
100%.
But damn, I would have left their asses behind a long time ago and kept on going on my shopping spree because I'm petty.
Yo, listen, this is the thing. They did what they had to do. It's coming to a close, and we're gonna agree on the most exciting thing I feel for this deal closing is I want to know who's next.
Yeah,
like I want to know who is next. We're gonna get the games,
Phil, because I feel invested in this entire situation. I feel like we buying.
Yeah,
we buying.
Like, Phil,
we
who
buying.
We targeting next?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
What we doing?
I saw your emails.
Tell me what you see. Explain this to me.
I see this big ass list that you have. Are we getting all of them? Are we have new interests? Let's do it. Let's just buy, bro.
Yeah.
Let's just buy. Silent Cypher says Jim had to step down from his position so he could catch up on all the Game Pass releases coming up. Yo, it's true. It's wild, but it is facts. Xbox International Podcast says he said he was tired of traveling. Who in the blue hell gets tired of traveling? Let's add to that.
Thank you.
Gets tired of traveling in first class.
Yeah.
And then staying in luxury hotels, getting pampered. Come on, man.
Considering what Jim was doing and getting done, I'll take that job. Send me out.
Yeah, let's go.
You know, let's
hire
go.
Doodle and CMoney to run that shit.
Real
we'll
quick.
fucking make it happen.
Yeah.
We'll travel everywhere, wherever you want. You just need space for like 6 kids to be in there. But first class, I think they can make it happen. Xbox South Coast says Satya wants ABK. And what he wants, he gets.
I want it. Ariana Grande, motherfucker.
For sure.
Yes.
Hashtag Young Odin. Yo, facts. Oh my God. Damn it, Jacob. He says, oh my fucking God, just watch Halo Infinite Season 5 trailer. Absolutely fire.
You're about to have CMoney click up this stream so fast.
I'm about to just fucking put it on the stream. We're just going to watch that shit together. That's hilarious. Xbox International Podcast says, you mean a playground court? FTC has a kids case for sure. This pain says Xbox buying Sony to shut them down their next. Yo, they can afford it.
They can afford it. Again, listen, they need to get bought by somebody. Somebody has to put out that money. They will not. If you look at what's happening, you see the wallet, you see the studios, they are not going to be able to survive unless they get money from somewhere. They need a sugar daddy. They need to get scooped up. They need to get nurtured. These studios need to hear again that they matter and that they could make good games and they're worth something. and that somebody want them. All right, their daddy didn't want them, but somebody wants you. All right,
Jimmy didn't want them.
So go ahead.
True.
They need that money, and they need to come quick to make some changes and fix what's happening.
This is the thing. Sony either sells now to somebody who can afford them and get good money for it because of their value.
Yes.
Or they hold on, start dwindling their position, become worth less and less and less.
Continue to water down the brand after what Jimmy did.
Possibly put Sony at risk as an entity.
Yes.
Because we all know without PlayStation, Sony is gone.
They ain't got it going on.
Relevancy they have. They do TV, they do movies, but again, these are not their bread and butter. This is not what they meaning. This is not what butters their bread, right?
Yeah.
This is not where they make all their money. PlayStation is what makes them their money, and that's sad.
Yeah,
that's sad, but that's the position they're in. So they either try to find a suiter now, and hopefully somebody comes and bails them out.
Marry me, please.
Marry me, boy. They're like Anna. They're like Anna from Frozen. Anybody who wants to marry me, please. Anybody, just take us. Or like I said, they wait until they become dirt cheap and somebody scoops them up, and somebody who maybe can't afford, like not can't afford, but who doesn't have as much money but can afford them now that they're worth less.
Yes.
And then still not have that big backer that you want to.
That's the problem. Them, right? They need to see the little bit of value that they still have and see who wants to be their daddy.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely. Xbox South Coast says, I want Xbox to take BioWare from EA and revive Anthem. Yo, Anthem was good. I will die on that hill. Anthem was fucking good.
Don't die, baby.
But it's this fucking games as a service shit that fucked them. That's the problem with this games as a service crap, that these companies are not built to make these games, because if they start to fail, they don't want to waste the money. Big Papa Phil, if he comes out with a games as a service and it's not hitting right away, he can afford to do it. But
he has the time, the money, the people to go ahead and do the shit. And again, that's the great thing you just said. They don't have the money to continue to feed the beast, because the reality is, if you have the right team, you have the money, you have the time, you can make anything work. We've seen Xbox do it. We've seen Philly Phil do it. Obviously, it doesn't need to be a hit right from the get-go. You continue to work. You listen to the people and what they want. You have a studio that's passionate on the idea that they've created, and you can make it work.
Agreed. Hold on one second, guys.
You need those pesos, though.
That's the thing. Sorry, I just got a work thing. But no, that's the issue. Right? Because we know that Phil has the bank, right? So he can make things happen if he wants, but they're not stupid either, right? So I think the thing about Xbox is they don't want to be like everybody else.
Yeah.
They want to have unique offerings, and they know that there is Call of Duty. First of all, they're going to own Call of Duty, right? So they already have their first person shooter, games as a service, right? But before that, that's not really where they were looking, right? Because they know that these games already exist. They know that people are already out there playing these games. So for them, they want unique stuff that's going to hit. So if you guys remember, right, they did come out with a games as a service game that flopped and they killed, which was Bleeding Edge, right? Right when they bought Ninja Theory, right after that, Ninja Theory was working on this game and they let them release it and they helped support it. And ultimately it went away. And the reason why is because it wasn't a unique enough proposition, right? People who would play that game already have games similar that they're already ingrained in and want to play.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense for them to invest further when no matter what they did to that game, people already have either a better version or a version that they're already comfortable with and that they've already spent money on, to let them have them compete in a weird way. Like, why would you compete with these humongous people? Look at Overwatch, and what was that game that Gearbox made? That was a hero shooter, but it had like a single player story, but people it came out right at the same time of Overwatch, and it just got murdered and gone and deleted. Oh man, I don't remember the name. It's bugging me now. Somebody in chat, let me know. You know what it is. Gearbox made it and it went away.
Help!
Essentially right at the get-go. But either way, like they know that they don't want to, like Phil's not going to just invest for the F of life, right? Like they're not stupid. They're not, it's not charity. They're not just spending money to see what happens. That's what PlayStation's trying to do. Right. And that's why it won't work. Battleborn. Yes. That game looked good, but it came out right when Overwatch had this big, humongous, like dominating presence. It wasn't even, like it was just coming out, but the all the air in the world was sucked out by Overwatch. So Battleborn had no chance. Yeah. It had no chance, and it was gone. Right. Same thing with Bleeding Edge. There was already bigger people in the market. Don't try to come up at these people. It's too, like, don't do it. It's too late. Right. So that's the difference. Now you gotta remember, like Halo is killing it, right? But there's also no other games as a service that's quite like Halo. Remember, Call of Duty is only a like it has like your battle pass and all that stuff, and it's there, but it's a military shooter, right? Halo has a different like niche when it comes to shooters, and they've invested in it, and it continues to grow, and it's amazing, right? So like Xbox knows how to invest in these games.
Yep. And they have the money to invest.
And they have the money to do it.
Xbox South Coast and Silent Cypher came through with Battleborn. Thank you, you guys. Wait, and Chrisia as well, right before. Thank you, you guys, so much. And let's see, Xbox International Podcast. I've been eating plátanos for a long time, baby. Hell yeah, I'm Dominican.
Where is that? I'm trying to find it.
The Nord. Let's go.
Nice. Yeah, I missed some of the chat up here. Let me see real quick. Eric says, you know what? What if the remaster gets a higher review score than the regular one? I mean, it's possible.
That's possible, actually. There's a good story if they make it look.
I mean, it's definitely.
Oh my God, Sancocho. Get the hell out of here. I love that shit.
Yo, that shit go down.
God, Sancocho, that's my thing.
Like everybody's always trying to make us hungry.
Yeah.
When we're on these shows.
Man.
And it's not great.
Juca.
Eric says the fact that CMA got any kind of validity with the cloud rights going to Ubisoft annoys me. That's very true. I hate the fact that they got something, which is like, man, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
But,
and that's the thing. Speaking of Ubisoft, though, that new, what did we play last night?
Assassin's Creed?
Yeah,
that shit is good, yo. I hate, these reviews are crazy because it's not getting reviewed very well because people are, I don't know, upset that it's like the old games, but it's like literally that's what the entire purpose was.
Yeah.
To bring us back to the old style games. And guess what? I miss those fucking games because that shit was good. I want to go back to just sneaking and being an assassin.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Those are the games I play for a while. You play for a while. Those are the games that I love. That's the style of Assassin's Creed that I want to play.
It's fire.
So for me, it felt so good. It's stunning. It's stunning.
100%. Rashawn says, I like you and I want you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Yo, that's how they do it.
You want that green pill?
Yo. Xbox International Podcast says, wait, isn't Jeff Keighley their sugar daddy?
Sugar daddy.
Yo, if only Jeff Keighley had that money, they would do it in a second.
Yes, they would.
Absolutely. Xbox South Coast, thank you, my man.
Thank you.
Says, damn, I love this podcast.
Thank you.
It's real, no holds barred.
Thank you.
Listen, you get what you see what you get, and that's it. This is just who we are.
Yeah.
We're on the camera, off the camera.
Frito. Yo, I'm salivating.
Damn it, stop with the food. I'm trying to avoid the food conversation right now. All right? I'm hungry, and I'm gonna be like, oh, wait, listen, I gotta go eat. Stop it. This pain says, remember when the documents came out, how much money they're making off of Call of Duty itself? Now they're losing that money to Microsoft. They're losing that, and Microsoft is making that money.
They need that money, that 10%.
I believe it, babe. I do.
They need that 10%. They need to back. They need to. They should. Listen, this is the bottom line. whoever is going to buy this year on whatever platform they're going to buy it on, that's already set. They don't need to spend that extra 10%. What they do need to do is get that money in their pocket and figure out how to spend it right. And so they need to get that 10% back, which is a big chunk. Okay, let's not act like it's not going to be. It's freaking Call of Duty. Get that money back.
10% of billions?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Get that money back and do something else with it. They have to.
Plus, this is the thing that PlayStation knows. Once Call of Duty has that Game Pass effect, where people who, even though there's a lot of people who buy Call of Duty, let's not act like it's every single person in the world. And there's still plenty of people who either never played a Call of Duty or had no interest in buying it, but it's in Game Pass. And that's going to open it up to more people who are going to try it and play it. And because those people try and play it, they go on Twitter, start talking about it. And it has the effect where it reaches new people who haven't been playing it. And Call of Duty is just going to grow, bro. They're going to do to Call of Duty what they did to Minecraft. Minecraft has over 140 million active monthly
crazy,
users.
Dude. That's insane.
Active. Not just players who've played it. Active monthly users. Come on, man.
And it's like, how much more can you get from Minecraft, right? How much more can you get? Well, they figured it out. They figured out how much more you can grow. They spend a lot of money on that shit.
Now, Xbox International Podcast says, Google, scoop Sony up. We need competition, damn it. Man,
Yes,
Google,
they need, listen.
Google is, they're too afraid to spend money.
Google, yeah, they try to jump in, they ran back out. Honestly, again, I'm going to go back with what I've been saying from the beginning. It has to be Apple. Apple getting those games exclusive on their phones now that they've reached that moment, right? To get those Last of Us, but they have to get them on track. They got to be like, listen, we're buying you. Unless they already had that talk. And that's why that new guy is saying that phones are the future, right? Mobile is the future. He's coming out here saying that real quick. Who knows if they already had this conversation? Who knows if Apple said, listen, get rid of Jimmy Jim, shot him up real fast, and then we can talk money.
It's possible.
You never know.
Possible.
It has to, they need that money. They need to get bought. We do need the competition because this is what made Phil do what he did. And so we need that competition there so that they can keep on elevating each other for our benefit.
Agreed 150%.
Yeah.
This pain says Sony used to be the top dog. And TVs, CD players, DVD players. But now there's so much better product out there that they're not making their money from that now. It's only PlayStation. It's true. They used to be good at all these other things, and they innovated with a lot of these things. But the problem is that they move forward, and it is what it is. But listen, they still make their money off of Blu-rays, right? But the problem is less and less people buying Blu-rays in the world, right? So, yeah,
there are better brands.
They are.
That's the thing.
That's the problem. That's the
problem. A lot of people came in to compete. There was a time when it was, Sony, and they were running it, right? They went ahead, and this has become a diverse world, and we have options now.
Agreed.
We're not locked down.
Agreed. 100%. Xbox International Podcast says Anthem is awesome. Jacob says Anthem was bad for many, but I loved it. Facts. Oh, okay. This is where this whole conversation started. Xbox International Podcast. Doodle, are you Dominican? You mentioned pesos.
Baby. Hell yeah.
Yes. She's Dominican. I'm Puerto Rican.
100%.
We are Spanish or Hispanico.
Hispanos.
All the fun stuff.
Latinos.
Xbox International Podcast says, sorry about the caps. It's all good. I get excited too when I think about it. Battleborn got all the answers. Thank you so much. Jacob Novak brings up Lawbreakers. I feel bad. That was a good game. What's his name? The guy who made Cliffy B. He made that game with his studio. That shit got it was too late, but it was good. He should have had it. Xbox International Podcast says Bleeding Edge was bad. Yeah, it wasn't great. That's for sure. I played it for a little bit and I was like, I'm all right. Well, same here. Dominican straight up.
Let's go, baby.
That's yes. Darren says in 2018-19, when Xbox bought all those studios, that was them putting their chess pieces on the board. Games were cooking in the oven since that time. Now it's 2023. Prepare for a horde of games.
Yep.
Facts, Darren.
Now, look at that. We're talking about having that much money and starting then, and now is when we're seeing the results, right? We're
Yep.
looking at PlayStation upside down with no direction and no money.
Yep.
How long do we think it's going to take them to get this going?
And how long can they risk big on these big single player games as they continue to see that their PlayStation fan base are not buying them?
Exactly.
That's the problem. See, Xbox can spend whatever they want on these games because at the end of the day, Game Pass just keeps growing and it continues to grow. And as that continues to happen, that's more and more residual income. Plus, they keep selling those games elsewhere. It's just a fucking genius fucking plan.
It is.
Xbox South Coast says, don't sleep on Battlefield 2042. That game has turned things around just like Halo Infinite. Both games are firing on all cylinders. Agreed. The problem, South Coast, is that it's EA who makes that game. And EA has this negative kind of shadow that lives on it. So people are a little more forgiving of, I mean, Xbox fans, right, are more into the idea of Halo coming back versus Battlefield 2042. You feel like you were burned by EA being EA. But I definitely think that that's a dope ass game. I remember playing it when it first came. I thought it was good from the beginning, but I guess I'm not a hardcore Battlefield guy, so I didn't see like the problems that people had with it. But I'm skipping all the food that you guys were talking about.
Torturing CMoney over here.
Yeah, I know. Xbox International Podcast says someone said yesterday that Assassin's Creed Mirage looks better than Forza Motorsport. How the fuck did they even make that comparison?
How can you compare two absolutely different games?
They should. You know what? We need to talk to Elon Musk. You know how you have that blue check mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should be.
I want them to make a pony mark.
Yes.
Right. So these guys are all easily identifiable. So we can, all vote for it. Right. So we can take, somebody that we know and be like, hey, Elon, this guy's a pony. Here, we're going to vote for him. Dude, so that we can just see, like, understand when you read something that's stupid, it's like, oh, but look who said it.
We get it now.
You know what I'm saying?
It's okay, little buddy.
It's all right.
Okay.
We get it. You're right. Assassin's Creed does look better than the car game. Yes, little buddy. You're so smart. You
wants a lollipop?
The fuck out of here, you fucking crazy motherfuckers. Yo. What the fuck? Chrisia says, hope you enjoyed Metal Gear. They were before its time, but a hell of a lot of cutscenes in part 3. Yo, that's my only problem with Metal Gear is that there is so many cutscenes. And sometimes those cutscenes are really dope, but then sometimes those cutscenes are mad generic. Like that was my problem with Final Fantasy 16. We actually really started getting into it a little bit when we were playing it before it melted our PlayStation 5 like 4 times live on stream.
Yeah, literally almost burned my freaking hand off. Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
I was gonna sue PlayStation, but then I realized they ain't got no money. Yeah, so I was like, fuck it.
It's a thing. It's a thing for sure. But like some of those cutscenes were so dope, and it's like, oh shit, like I like popcorn. Ooh, I like watching this. But then a lot of the cutscenes are just stupid wastes of fucking time and breath. That it's like I don't even want to see it. I don't even want to see it. Like
I don't want to do this anymore.
Like, leave me alone.
I don't want to do it.
Look, see, Xbox International Podcast. You got him hungry too. Just he was talking about it. You started reinforcing it.
Like, damn, I made myself hungry. Yo, when you hear talking about fried queso and yuca and sancocho, I mean. Oh, that's the stuff.
Oh my God.
Hits the
Jacob
spot.
says, hashtag make CMoney hungry. Listen, you don't have to work that hard. Okay. You don't have to work that hard. All right. It's like, like the Hulk, right? Like, how did he control the Hulk? Right.
Yeah.
Because he's just always angry.
Yeah.
I'm always hungry. Right.
I just
don't eat all the time. Right. But you're always ready. You know what I'm saying?
All
you need is a little word of anything. Like, say
what
something
you got there? Let me see.
What's that smell? What's going on? I'll eat some. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh my God. Now everybody's just talking about food. Look at Christia's like, you need to try Canadian poutines. They're so yummy with fried cheese, curd cheese, and gravy. God damn.
I love cheese on freaking everything.
Facts. Rashawn says I agree. If Google buys Sony, Sony is dead. Yeah, I think Google is the murderer of technology. As much as they have done so much, they've also killed so much. It's crazy. Stadia deserved to live. It worked really well. They should have just did a subscription service. They should have just Game Pass that shit.
Yeah.
But they weren't willing to spend the money, and that's how cheap they are. And you know why they're cheap? Because they're afraid of Apple. because even though Android is everywhere, they know that the loyalty lies with Apple because so many people buy those damn phones. They're afraid, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It's stupid. They should just invest. Xbox South Cole says, remember, Xbox will also have King, and we all know they print money, 20 billion. Yo, facts, dude.
It's a lot of printing.
Dion Hayes, welcome, my man.
Love.
Welcome.
So happy you're here. Thank you for being here.
I believe the Activision Blizzard deal will go through on 13th of Friday. Don't be superstitious. Just have faith. We will get this done, and we can use another win. That always helps. Absolutely.
Listen,
now, Dion, I would say,
got flipped by CMoney, and I love it. The superstition is
not
about
for us,
PlayStation.
Baby. PlayStation is going to have a bad day. On Friday the 13th.
The 13th is coming for you,
the 14th,
Jimmy.
We're all going to be celebrating. Wow, I'm seeing a lot of food still. This is crazy. This Pain says, shoot, if Google buys Sony, I guess you want Sony to go away because they're going to shut them down immediately because they're known for shutting our shit. Yeah. It's true.
They need someone they need a company that is ready to jump into this stuff. Obviously, Amazon's been trying. Amazon, the reason I have hesitation with them is that because I have a feel like I get this bootlegged feeling from them. Even on their app, Amazon, the Prime, what's it called? I'm blanking now on it. Prime Videos.
Prime Video?
Yes. It's like you go in there and you feel like you're getting a knockoff of an app, rather than getting the real deal. So I don't know. I would rather they go with Apple, but at this point, stay away from Google and then just see whoever got the money to bring you up to date.
Facts. Ham was jumping into the conversation, letting everybody know that he's black.
Let's go, baby.
Black's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, my man.
It is.
Beautiful thing. RSJ fans, welcome, my man. Thank you so much.
Welcome, love. Thank you for being here.
He says, I hope Xbox comes back to take the generation. Oh, we already discussed that. Yes, they will. It's going to happen. It's Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 flipped.
I agree.
PlayStation has the lead right now. By the end of this, we will see Xbox take the lead, whether it's console or cloud and not cloud, Game Pass. I would say you look at it through Game Pass numbers, right? How many people are subscribed to that shit and how many people own the console, mix that together. That's a beautiful thing. Silence says, I'm nightlight white.
That was awesome.
That's hilarious. Jacob says 2 years ago, people were angry at Insomniac for getting the wrong memo around Latino. A few weeks ago, the same thing happened, but Bungie got it wrong. But Bungie then pivoted the comments. Well, they changed the story. Christia says Battlefield is because their stories are really short. That's the one thing I loved Battlefield single player. I think that's my problem. I love Battlefield single player. All their single player stories were so dope. I really love them. And I hate the fact that 2042 was only multiplayer. I just do it, man. Just make the money, invest, give us the single player experience, and then let me play multiplayer if I want to. RSJ fans 05 says, I'm with you all on that about the ponies. Yo, facts. Rashawn says, I try to replace fries with, oh, goddamn, you tricked me. I'm not going to read nothing about food. I'm already. Listen.
You got to go to Ham's comment. I am freaking dying.
Hold on. I'm Dion Hayes first. Sony PlayStation is getting a skin for Call of Duty, so that means Xbox can get a skin for Call of Duty as well with the Master Chief skin.
Yeah, baby.
Call of Duty becomes Xbox ownership of the game. This is the thing, Dion. 100% agreed, but I don't want them to make it exclusive. I want them to put Master Chief fucking everywhere. I want Master Chief on PlayStation version, Switch
version. Kiss those
cheeks,
baby.
Kiss them cheeks every single time. Oh God, look at fucking Ham. Just got a French dip with mac and cheese. Go to hell, CMoney. God damn it. What is happening with this food? You guys are fucking with me hard.
My people.
Phil said they won't do exclusive COD betas or anything like that any longer. Yeah, because that's stupid. That's like a waste. Darren says Jimbo is the one student that goes crying to the teacher about Phil, but gets suspended instead. Facts.
He starts to shit.
Yeah, it's like you're over here beating on the.
I don't understand. Where do you grow up?
And you didn't know Phil was a fucking gangster black belt who just fucking karate kicked the shit out of you. And because your punches didn't hurt him and his kick hurt you, you go crying. Stop being a bitch.
Yep.
Well,
man up.
Jim is gone. So
Well, listen, we got feelings we gotta express. You know
look
what
at
I'm
this
saying?
food. Look at the food still coming in. Look at them. They're fucking
Oh
with me.
my god.
I'm just gonna ignore it.
Oh,
I'm not eating. I'm not talking about no food right now. No, trying to be crazy.
I love habichuelas. Damn.
God damn it.
Oh.
The food to be banging. Now, did you guys hear about Sony Santa Monica? Reportedly, they're making a new God of War DLC or like a half sequel. Like this shows you where PlayStation is, and this is why it's like, I don't know, man. Like they are like they don't have the time, right? So what they're doing now is like, okay, they're trying to pivot, and they're like, yo, God of War, Sony Santa Monica, make a quick God of War.
Yeah,
Like,
little shortcuts that they can go ahead and hand out. And listen, this is the thing. If they need to do, it's not right. I understand that they were not prepared for this. And so if they need to do a quick turnaround and then start working just to entertain for a bit and then start working on like a lockdown serious situation, then that's what you have to do, you know?
facts.
It's looking rough, but that makes more sense than making 12 games of service.
Seriously. I mean, I agree
I'll take that.
150%. I take that 100%.
Yeah.
Oates, what's good, my man? Thank you for watching. He says,
Welcome, love.
I'm watching
Thank
at the
you.
gym, and you mofos are
Yes.
getting me hungry. You see, I told you. Nah, don't worry. I won't continue to spread it. All right. Just don't look at the comments. They're wilding in there.
We got you, Oates.
RSJ Fed says, I've heard about it and I think it's funny. Well, yes. So he did it. It's wild that they're doing this. I don't know. It's just sad. It's like desperation. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Now, let's talk a little bit about Mortal Kombat because we played yesterday and that was so freaking fun.
You know,
The way
that was really good.
Yes, the story, graphically beautiful, but the story with the fighting, this is how fighting games should always be. Because you know, how many times can you freaking go ahead and fight, right? Fight each other. Like if you're playing a fighting game, you only do it for a little while, then you're like, all right, I'm done. The way that they're incorporating the story, it's freaking amazing. I love it. I was really pleased.
Yeah, they did a great job with that.
Yeah.
We played quite a bit of it,
Yeah.
actually, and the I mean, MK. I think since MK10, they've really been putting like this effort into the story, but this one by far for me is like, I love the fact that they're kind of starting over,
Yeah.
so they're really spending a good time doing that.
The characters, getting to know the characters.
100%. Ham says they are on creative welfare. They really are, dude. They really are. Rashawn says, what would you do in a Redfall prequel? You won't have any powers or vampires. That's also true. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe be there when, like, Last of Us, that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, be
Ooh,
there when
yes.
the vampire outbreak happens. So, like, give us a family that doesn't make it, right? But you are like the head of that family or whatever, and you're
Yeah,
you
get to
you trying to
experience how
protect
it
your
all
family,
started. Yeah,
you know,
I
do
like
that
that.
stuff. Man, that's like amazing. Actually,
Yeah,
I just
see?
started. You're welcome. You're welcome. Shit, now we really need Naughty Dog. Let's go grab them, have them make this shit for us. That'd
I'm
be
just
great.
saying, it seems like, you know, we'll be pretty comfortable leading that company.
We would.
You know what I'm saying?
Silent Cypher says, CMoney, I've been on the fence, but I think I finally decided. I think today is a Philly cheesesteak kind of day for lunch.
Yeah,
You know
baby,
what's funny?
get
Doodle,
it.
I think that's motherfucking true.
Yes.
I think that's exactly what I'm going to eat.
That's
I
where
think
we're
We'll
going?
go and we'll have, you know, they make everything. But I
Silent
think
Cypher, you've spoken, and we are with you. Let's go.
I think that's
I'm in.
I think that's money right there. Darren says, Jim is always in the therapist's office telling it all. Therapist, show me on the doll where Phil, Dominus Maximus, Aurelius Spencer touched you.
Yo.
Oh my God.
Yo, that was freaking awesome. Can you imagine? I would love to get a hold of his freaking therapist. You know he's talking to somebody. Somebody's got to keep
I don't
him
think anybody wants to
level-minded.
talk to this man.
And no one wants to listen.
I don't
But
think
listen,
so.
he's got that
He does have the
I
cash.
listen to his shit. I put it all out there.
I think something.
I got you guys.
I think something happened to him. You're right, Karen. I think he was touched in the wrong place. Xbox International Podcast says Silent Cipher. I hate you. I so much hate you for talking about Philly cheesesteak. God damn it! Look at him. Why did fuck with me? This mac and cheese is so gooey.
Oh my God! I'm all about that cheese, baby.
Chill. Jacob says, have y'all forgot the upcoming Killer Instinct anniversary update? No, I didn't. I can't wait for that. I think that's going to be fire. Oates, do you like a mystery thing with Alan Wake? Feel for me. Do you like a mystery thing with Alan Wake? Feel for me. Listen. Yes. Yes. Ham says this man wants a Redfall tail game. Yes, that's exactly what I want. I love that idea. You know what?
We'll take it all.
I think let's do it. Jacob says I'm excited for next year because it's rumored that Assassin's Creed game based in Japan will release then. Assassin's Creed got a shit ton of stuff coming.
Yeah.
So before we go further, real quick though, because I forgot, we had a comment on our podcast from somebody who was watching it later, and then they went back and watched it, and he had a few comments that's kind of talking about this stuff. So we're gonna let's discuss that real quick. This is from Earth Prime 52. Said, sorry I didn't get to see more live. Main things I was thinking when I was rewatching. He says, number one, Jim should have started the move to diversification during the height of the PlayStation 4. It takes 5 to 7 years to put out a decent game, maybe 3 to 4 for a live service. They are behind. Okay. Which
I agree.
Shit, look at it. Jesse, that's him. Jesse B.
Jesse, baby. We just started talking.
Did I just bring you here?
Yes.
Did I just talk you into existence?
Come to me. Yes.
Jesse, that's
freaking awesome.
Dude, that's crazy. That's exactly who I'm talking about right this second. Yo, that's wild. Jesse says, how about that? I think we got powers.
Yeah.
We got powers.
We're in sync. We find our people. Let's go.
We do.
Get it, baby.
All right. But yeah, I agree 100%. Like he did go ahead and waste it. Like at the peak, he could have started saying, all right, let's make these moves. He saw Xbox doing it. But again, that came with their cockiness.
Yes.
Right? They went ahead and they thought that their type of game was the only game anybody wanted to play, and all these other games that Microsoft was playing with were going to fail.
Yeah, and this is what I'm going to say. When you have just that one type of game and you are cocky enough to think that they can't figure out anything around that and that, you've got a problem.
Facts.
That's bullcrap, because had they started then with these ideas in peace, trying to figure out what they should do, this would not be taking place. They were cocky, and this is their problem. They think they're better than what they are. And that is one heck of a reality check that I need them to get slapped up with.
100% agreed. 100% agreed. All right. Number 2, adding on to number 1, it will take these new studios that haven't made games an average 5 years to get something out. So as much as people may be excited to see these announced games, you won't see them until 24 or 2025 earliest. What's coming in between those times?
Yeah.
That, my friend, is why being a PlayStation fan right now consists of them spending the majority of their day talking about games on Xbox. Because they got shit to talk about on PlayStation.
Else to do.
Even when their games release. Final Fantasy, that was their big game. It came, went. They immediately started talking about Xbox again. Like, it's crazy.
They don't have anything to do when it comes to gaming other than going ahead. And listen, if they don't talk about Xbox, what else are they going to talk about? There's nothing to do. There's nothing else to say. And all they can do is continue to try to knock Xbox because they ain't got one to play. Or listen, if they don't knock it, they figure they're going to keep on rising. And the thing is, you can't knock the rise. Sorry.
Can't knock the rise.
Absolutely.
Happening. All right. And number 3, again, from the comment from our Thursday show. Jesse B says, Square has shown that the industry isn't too keen on letting Sony continue to pay for exclusivity or long periods of it. And when that happens, what can they rely on to make them quote unquote different this era? Xbox is becoming too big to ignore. Even Square has come to this conclusion. So I'm worried how they make a way forward. It looks like they don't because they have no first party games to supplement. At least Xbox had Game Pass in 2022. PS has nothing close to it to tide them over. And then he says, anyway, love the energy and talk. Sorry for the long post, but y'all points had me thinking a lot about their predicament. Oh, no. Thank you so
We
much, Jesse
love
B, for
the
doing this. This is a
comments.
great
Thank you
comment.
so much.
And if you guys are watching after the fact and you're not here live, leave a comment and we will
We'll
talk
get you
on
the
our next
one.
show. It's
Yes.
either if you leave a comment on this show, we'll talk about it on Thursday show. If you leave a comment on Thursday show, we'll talk about it on this show.
Yes.
Thursday, Monday, flop flop. But yes,
I agree. When you have everybody running, you gotta say, listen, time to take off, time to sell. As Jacob said, sell that PlayStation.
Oh, it's crazy
this point
because when Jesse says this, right? You know, this is not like a fanboy's response.
Yeah,
this is somebody who, like us, right? We have like look. Oh, you can't see it because but you can see the PlayStation VR 2 that's right behind Doodle,
yeah.
right? You know, we have PlayStations. Like I want there to be an abundance of choice on PlayStation games that I can say, wow, I'm so happy that I spent this money on my PlayStation because I have all these games to play. But like there is no hope right now. Like I don't have anything to look forward to on PlayStation side. And honestly, like Spider-Man, like it's gonna be good. I'm not looking forward to it. I gotta be honest with you. It's not even a thought in my head.
Because there's so much.
Been there, done
there's
that.
so much too, though. Like,
Yeah.
listen, I understand the thirst for the PlayStation fans. That's all they've got coming. Of course, you need to hype it. I know you're going to be obviously biased and go ahead and pump it up, even if there's no need for it, because we all saw the trailer. Okay, the same foundation. They just gave us a new game, short as shit, and it's like, you're happy with that, good for you. I get it. You don't have anything else going on in life when it comes to gaming right now, and so this is what you need to hype up. But the reality of it is that you guys ain't got shit. You know, it's sorry to tell you,
you ain't got shit.
You ain't got it.
Got shit. It's sad, man, because we ain't got shit. That's what we're talking about. Like, you know, I'm looking at the camera, looking at myself. I'm saying it to myself, like, we ain't got shit on the PlayStation side, and that sucks.
Yeah, because you want to turn the damn thing on.
We got shit on the Xbox side. Yeah, man. Well, now I'm afraid to turn it on because I feel like every time I turn it on, it's going to overheat and die. But
that was some shit.
You
don't expect that from the number one system.
Yeah, I know. You can't see it because it's literally right off camera to Doodle's left. But we put the Spider-Man, we got the Spider-Man,
the plates, cover, the panels, whatever you want to call it
on the PlayStation, and like that's the most love that PlayStation has felt from me in
that caress
forever, bro. Like slowly unscrewing it, it was like, oh, thank you, Daddy. I'm like, nah, man, I'm just trying to take this shit off, man. You know what I'm saying? It's wild, but that's what it is. But yeah, like he mentions, like Square has seen it. Everybody has seen it, bro. Everybody who's been in bed with Sony has left unsatisfied.
And this is why it comes in and they take, again, like we said, a position of power. They're probably saying, look at the amount of boxes that we sell. This is the place for you to be. Listen, when you rebel against your bully, that's what's happening. That's what we're seeing.
Agreed 100%. RSJ says, I totally agree. PlayStation is behind on game diversity, which is sad because that was not the case before.
No, they used to be fun.
Kings of diversity. Yes. They had weird shit, awesome shit. Like they had so much shit and they just slowly took it all away,
knocked it down.
It didn't survive. And this is how stupid they fucking are. If they would have just kept everything the same way they had it, where they had all this weird, unique shit, and then did that PlayStation Plus revamp and put all those games day and date when you had all this cool shit coming, people love these fucking games. Like Gravity Rush. That was a huge game that people loved. And yeah, they didn't go buy it because that's not the way, that's not that type of game, man. You have to put that game in a position for success. And if you have a console that has these big bangers like God of War and all this other shit, yeah, there's a lot less people on your console who are going to spend the money there when they only have so much money to spend. But
Exactly.
you give them the subscription and you put it in the fucking system, and now all of a sudden you have people who are like, oh shit, I want to play Gravity Rush because it's coming to my subscription service. And then that shit pops off, and then people buy it who don't have the subscription service, right? Like that's, I don't know. This is like clear as fucking day. I don't know how we don't run PlayStation.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But
Yeah.
listen, they were ignorant to the idea that anybody else can come up.
Yeah, absolutely. Darren says, y'all speaking things into existence. Y'all, you know it, all right? You know
We
it.
got
So
you, baby.
be ready for everything else we already said is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It will come true. Jacob says, I want a Forza Horizon game based in Sweden. That would be
Oh,
dope.
I like that.
PlayStation needs to make a Killzone Destiny clone. That will work. Well, this is the thing. If the problem is, like Destiny, or they already own technically Destiny, right? Even though they don't own it, because Destiny could just walk away with Bungie at any moment in time. But I feel like for them getting into that race, like that's why all those games that they showed on that showcase, nobody was excited for, because they were all the same shit. Another first-person shooter that you expect people to sink countless of hours into, yet they showed another first-person shooter that's also games as a service, and then they showed Destiny's new game, whatever, Marathon. Like these are all first-person shooters. When am I supposed to play them all?
Yeah.
Like if you are Sony and you want me to come to you to play your games as a service, which one am I going to play? Right? Like, are we all going to play one and abandon your other one, and then you're going to close that one? Or are we all
Well,
going to play
there's
that
no
one and close the other
trust,
one? Or
dude.
only
They're
half of
not
us are
going
playing, and
to
you're going to
go
see it as
ahead.
a failure?
Yeah, they're not going to go ahead and work on everything and fix everything. We're lucky if the one that gets picked or chosen, they're going to actually go back and look at. That's the problem. There's no trust there in any way. And honestly, that's how I don't understand that loyalty, because like you guys have been burnt so many times. You got to be a dumbass to keep on going on this train. Sorry,
Yep.
I would have hopped off long ago.
Agreed. Jesse B says, I don't see why Gorilla can't do both. And honestly, I don't either, because they're supposedly have multiple teams. And like, I hope we find out that they've been working on Killzone this whole time, and looks amazing and it's going to be amazing. Cause I like the Killzone games.
Yeah.
I know they weren't Halo killers like they were kind of set out to be, but I enjoy them and they should come back. I don't see why they shouldn't. I want choice. I want different games to play. So the other thing too, because on our thumbnail, you see we have Forza, we have Redfall. Those are the big games moving forward. Then you have Starfield that came out last month, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's gone. Nobody's talking about like Starfield." Like
real
you literally,
quick, Duke, welcome, love. I saw his name.
What is
welcome?
good?
Thank you for being here.
Duke says, I just noticed the Locust in CMoney's background wearing the tilted hat. That's hilarious. Yeah, he's a gangster.
Yeah, he is.
We all know that if you see a Locust with a tilted hat, he's a real one.
He's a real killer.
For sure.
He'll get you good.
But yeah, so Starfield, right? This is a month later. We're a month after the release. And it was number 3 most played game on Xbox, only behind Fortnite and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. But it was number 1 on Xbox Game Pass and number 1 on PC Game Pass. This is a month later.
Yeah.
And it's still number 1. People are still trying to play this game on a normal, constant basis. Plus, Forza Motorsport, their add-on was number 3 best-selling. The add-on to be able to play Forza now. Xbox they have laid the foundation. You talked a lot about foundation, Doodle.
Yes.
Xbox has laid that foundation. They were patient. They didn't rush to build this house, right? They didn't lay the foundation, didn't quite let it dry, but started building right on top of it.
Which they could have, considering the position they were in. The desperation, the attacks were real. That's the thing. They really came for them.
They absolutely could have done that. They did not do that. They went ahead and they held their own. Okay. And now we're seeing the fruits of that foundation that was built. And the thing is that they're not just resting, they're adding additions to this house. Okay. They're making it bigger and stronger every single time. And as the recipients of those benefits, I mean, we're in the best place as an Xbox fan than we have ever been in the history of life. So if you're on Twitter and you're sitting there living your best life, talking about the games that you love that we're actually getting to play, and some, pony wanders in and decides that he wants to, talk shit or disparage your fun with bullshit that they think makes sense, I implore you, don't retweet it to show us all, because you're just giving that fucker exposure.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't write back to him. He doesn't exist. Okay.
You know,
If you
because
don't
that's just
acknowledge them,
baggage you
they
don't
don't
want.
exist. It is. And again, when you reply to him, that also spreads his message.
Yeah.
Right. Don't do it. If I look at my tweets that I have and I, put out a message, do something, I got tons of losers coming into my replies to give me shit about whatever the hell they want to give me shit about. I don't acknowledge it. I don't acknowledge it. I don't even look at it. I just move on because I don't want to give them any extra
Any
bandwidth.
light. Yeah,
Nothing.
because this is what they're looking for. They know damn well there's no world we live in that they don't understand the situation that they're in. And this
100%.
is what they're doing to go ahead and continue to stay relevant.
Yep.
And if we ignore it and we dim that light and we continue to just post pictures of freaking Starfield, videos of freaking Forza, that's where it hurts. That's where it hurts them.
They hurt because they say I have nothing to play.
Yep.
Even, you got to feel bad for Ubisoft, right? Because Ubisoft said, all right, we're going to make a Forza Horizon clone, right? Motorsport 3 or Motorfest 3. And they were going to go ahead and put that out. And they said, you know what? The Xbox fans might not care for it because they have a better game. But these PlayStation fans, they don't even have the game. They don't have Forza Horizon. So they'll buy this game and they'll play it. You don't even see anybody talking about that. It's not even worth feeding the ponies.
No.
It's not worth it. They're not even playing games, dude. They play Twitter. That's it.
They do. That's literally what they do. They play Twitter and they talk a bunch of nonsense about things they don't know a damn thing about, because how can you possibly have an opinion about a game you've never played before?
Agreed.
About a brand that you don't understand because you're not a part of it and you say it yourself.
Agreed 100%.
So you can't possibly have an opinion on something you have not experienced.
You know what's funny? I feel like all the real PlayStation fans, are actually Xbox fans. Like, we're the only ones who actually go and enjoy some of those games when they come out.
Yeah.
Like, these PlayStation fools are just fucking losers who are like sitting there like, oh, how do I get more people to like me? Let me talk bad about Xbox.
That's what I'm telling you. People out there really buying Spider-Man, those collector's edition, that money's coming from those Xbox fans that have a PlayStation as well.
Exactly.
And appreciate games for what they are.
100%. Jesse B says, I have a PlayStation 4 Pro Spider-Man edition. I'm there too, wanting them to do better. 100%, man. Oates says, LOL, I want PlayStation to be an app I can open on my Xbox. JK.
Oh my
MS and PlayStation to keep each other in check.
Oh
Listen,
my God.
right now, that would be epic.
Yo.
I would love that. But PlayStation does need to exist. They need to exist so that Xbox has somebody to bounce, off of. Right? They need somebody to challenge them. Nintendo is amazing, but they're just a different.
They're their own beast.
Yeah, they're their own beast.
Run
like, you
their
can't
own
beat
shit.
Nintendo.
They
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just what it is. Like, if Nintendo decided tomorrow, like, all right, fuck this, we're getting into the hardcore, like, killer graphics, we're putting all that shit out there. That's a hard hill to beat, right? Nintendo will be able to do that because at that point, third party will show up. Their first party will be even bigger and more insane. It's crazy.
It's the only freaking system that does not drop the price of their games, no matter how old they freaking are.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's insane. RSJ fan says, how long have you been playing Final Fantasy 16 for whenever it did that? Bro, not long. Not long. Go watch them. We have them on there.
We have 2 videos.
We have
One of
2.
the second video we gave up and we put on Diablo 4, and that's how we
Yes.
continue the gameplay because it literally overheated, I believe, 2, 3 times. And then the first time that we did the gameplay, those cutscenes are brutal.
Yeah.
It felt like movie night, to be honest,
Like,
and a
not a good
shitty
movie
one
night.
at that,
Yeah.
because the acting in the voice acting was not strong enough to keep you engaged, and the story was not filtered enough for it to feel like it was giving you the content you needed in the maximum capacity where you're not just wasting your damn time. It was
Facts.
crazy.
100%. Jesse B says, why is there no continuation of Twisted Metal? At least like that is so much more fun than Mario Kart for me. Well, listen, Twisted Metal, I believe there's rumors that they are being made, but there was like development hell for it already where they switched developers and all this shit. I think it was the people who made that Destruction Derby or Destruction All Stars, that first racing game. See, everybody forgets that they even made a racing car, like a battle game with cars already, because it just disappeared. It flopped. They were trying to sell it, then they gave it away for free. They lowered the price and it just disappeared because nobody wanted to play that shit. Twisted Metal will be dope. The only way I want them to do that is if they do it with single player in mind. I want them to give me the stories that they used to give us, that when you saw that twisted, crazy story, like that was dope. Anything else? I don't know. Duke says PlayStation 3 was the last generation. They truly had variety. Uncharted, Journey, Heavy
Oh my
Rain, God
gosh,
of
Heavy
War,
Rain.
before it became third person. Well, it was
Little
third
Big
person, but
Planet. Oh
before it
my
became
gosh, I
like
love
their new
that game.
standard third person bullshit. Little Big Planet, Infamous, Sly Cooper, Resistance, Fire, Facts. I don't understand why they went ahead and became these fucking losers. Well, it was because they saw something that made money and they're like, we're gonna keep making those. And this is art, bro. If you keep, like, people get tired of the same shit. Duke
Yes.
says it kind of seems like the roles have reversed. Now Xbox are the ones investing in those quirky, unique double A's like As Dust Falls, which was fire.
Yep.
Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Towerborn, Psychonauts, etc.
100%.
They have so much,
100%.
and they're doing it at such a high level.
Yes.
At such a, like, all of these games, even though they're weird, different types of games, whatever they do it at a high level. Pentiment got 10s, bro. 10s across the board because of even though it's not a AAA crazy game, the way they did that game was top of its class, right? Like, they did something special, and that's just what it is. RSJ fan says, I hopped from PlayStation to Xbox during the PlayStation 4 era. Nice. That is what's up.
Let's go.
That is what's up. Jacob says 1 month later, Starfield is still number 3 on Steam. Dude, it's nonstop. Xbox
And
South
rightfully
Coast,
so.
yeah, it's amazing. It's still an amazing game. I love it. I love it. I don't know how anybody thinks anything of it. It's game of the generation. Easy. And it's just going to continue to get better. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, it's going to keep getting better, keep getting stronger. Xbox South Coast says Starfield also got a new update today. Ooh, I wonder what it is.
Nice.
Jesse B says, I'm playing it right now. Oh, snap. Shintaro says, speaking of Killer Instinct, I just played it 2 days ago, and damn, it's so damn fun. I love it. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Darren says, Bungie is known for laziness and quitting when things get gritty. They've been put in charge of managing all those studios under PlayStation. Guess what they will do when they can't handle it? Bounce.
Quit.
Absolutely.
Pack up and go.
Kasea says 100.
Yeah, baby.
Yes. South Coast, Xbox South Coast says Motorfest is actually good, to be honest. It is. We played it. What was it? Last week we played it?
Yes.
I mean, it's good. It's not Forza good. Like, I wouldn't like, if I was playing Forza Horizon, I wouldn't stop to play Motorfest. But it's good, like way better than what they've done in the past.
And again, we need variety, right? And so there's no problem with that being out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk all the time about how there should be more games like Grand Theft Auto, right? Because they come out with the freaking game. What do you say, CMoney? Every 80 years?
Yeah, 80 years. Yeah. It's so stupid. Like, make us some damn, I want to play games that are similar to Grand Theft Auto with a different, unique take.
Yes.
Let's do it, man. Fucking Saints Row, they blew it. They could have gone against freaking Grand Theft Auto, but they didn't. And now they're sadly gone. RSJ fan says I played a bit of Motorfest game. Is beautiful. Granted, I subbed to UB Plus to play it and Mirage. Yeah, I have UB. We
Mirage,
have
oh my
UB Plus
god.
too, and
I'm
that just
so
makes it so much
excited to
better.
continue to play that.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. Relski says, "Well, I waited for Spider-Man to come to PC. Gonna do the same for 2. It's gonna be better,
Yeah.
so might as well." Jesse B says they play Twitter for real. I deleted mine the day Starfield early access started and I haven't looked back. Listen, I feel that, man. I feel that. Let me see. Duke says I love vehicular combat games. Facts. Just Shintaro says Twisted Metal is the shit 100%. This Pain says even that people make fun of these games like Sea of Thieves, Grounded, those games are bigger than pretty much any of Sony's games. Facts.
Yeah, mic drop.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
Absolutely. Six Slayer, welcome, my man.
love.
I know you over in vacation land. I
Thank
hope
you
you're
so
having a
much for
blast.
being
He says
here with
he's
us.
chilling poolside.
Yes.
That's what I like to see. Oh, man.
Enjoy, love,
That must be
enjoy. Thank
great.
you for popping
Enjoy,
in
man.
and being with us.
Enjoy. Kaseya says Twisted Metal TV series didn't make much noise. No, you're absolutely right. It came and went. And for most part, people thought it was good. We watched what, 1 episode or 2?
Yeah, I think
maybe
we
2 or
yeah.
maybe 2 or 3. We watched a couple and it was just like, okay. Like we
We
get
did it. Got
Yeah,
it.
it was fine.
Yeah.
We participated, but it did not.
No, thank you. Bye-bye.
Six Slayer says Starfield got FOV adjustment. Oh, okay.
Nice.
I like that. I gotta go look into that.
All right.
Cullen Prime says, wow, you guys are still going, huh? Yeah. It was supposed to be a shorter episode, but I'm off today, and it's kind of like we're gonna be wrapping up soon, though. I think so. Duke says Doodle cracked me up when you guys were talking about Final Fantasy 16's cutscene. It was like movie night, a shitty one at that. Yes.
Thank you, babe.
Yes.
It was.
Facts.
We keep it real.
100%. Silent says I've enjoyed AC Mirage from what I've played so far, but Control pulled me away. LOL.
Yes.
Well, if I were playing Control for the first time, I would feel the same thing. Control is amazing, and I played it on PC with ray tracing max. It's a different game, dude. It's so beautiful and it's so crazy. Relsky says Twisted Metal show gets better towards the end. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's. I think we know. I think that it would be better by the end. I just think we were just like, there's a lot of other stuff we wanted to watch. That's the problem. See, things don't exist in a bubble, right? Every time you choose to watch something, you're also actively choosing not to watch or play something else.
Yes.
And that's the struggle that it's like, if you're already not captivating me now, I don't want to waste time on the idea that it
could or may potentially, possibly.
Unless one of us, like our thing is like if one of us is really into it, then we'll kind of see it out. But if like we're both equally like,
not gravitating towards it, and
it's kind of like, why waste time? Like we're both not having it.
And you know what? I feel like I need a little bit more time. I think that the actor himself, I've seen him playing so many like serious roles that it was a bit difficult to buy it as I feel like that he was playing more of a Fresh Prince type of role in this particular show.
Not that he can't.
Now that he can't, he's a
like
great
it just
actor. I wasn't fully there for it yet. So
it's
maybe eventually,
don't be boxed in, so they go do something else, and then you start realizing like, well, maybe you're boxed in for a reason because you're better at doing that other stuff. But I think he's a funny dude. I just think the show in general just didn't like capture us like that. Shintaro says, CMoney, there's this game called Asura's Wrath that's so damn badass. I would love it if you guys play. Doodles never have ever played.
Oh,
we got to get back to doing those.
We do.
For sure. Rashawn says, I like the cadence of Starfield's updates, games of service without the games of the service. Exactly. Silence says, I played Control 3 times. Love me some Remedy games. Me too, man. Listen, I hate the fact that Quantum Break is being like ignored.
Yeah.
And treated like it shouldn't come back with a part 2.
That game was amazing.
And they did amazing with the TV show. There's no reason for it to not happen. Absolutely. Jesse B says the opportunity cost is real nowadays between shows and games, both. It's true, man. Like you only have so much time in the day, especially if you work and you're, not able to just be home for most of the day, or
Listen,
you don't work
time,
at
I
home?
say it all the time. Time is so valuable and they make so much, so many games, so many shows, so many movies.
Yep.
And this is why, like, when we talk about Marvel, I say it all the time. You cannot think that I'm going to give you the time for the movies and then expect me to go to Disney Plus to continue on the loop of every show you want it shoved down my throat so that I can keep up, just in case that in your next movie it's associated somehow and I don't miss something.
Agreed.
Sorry, I ain't about that life.
Facts. 100%. Kaseya says, great show, great comedy, great way to start the week.
Thank
Have a
you,
great
baby.
day.
That's all we
Kaseya,
want.
thank
We
you
want a
so very
freaking
much.
great time, a good way to start the week to just have fun and connect with you guys. And you guys are awesome.
Yep.
Honestly, thank you so much for being
Absolutely.
here.
This Pain says they should have got the director that made Death Race. That movie was way better than Twisted Metal Show. Yeah, I agree. They could have done something better, but I don't know. People liked it. I don't know. It just wasn't for us. Silence says, yep, Quantum Break was great. It just
Yes.
landed at a time in Xbox's history where everything got a stink on it, sadly. Agreed. And that sucks
They're
because
still getting
it
it.
was
They're
amazing.
still getting it.
Mr. Taro says, CMoney, yes, Doodles, never have ever are the best.
Thank you,
we'll figure it
baby.
out. We'll figure it out for sure. Guys, I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes.
What a show.
Guys, please hit that like button.
Hit the like button.
That's our Discord link.
Yes.
Jump
Come join us in the Discord
go.
so we can chat and have fun in between sessions because it is a good time. Remember, we are going to be figuring something out with our scheduling to have like a kind of community game night where we get to kind of go in there and hang out with some of you guys. That would be super dope. So we'll fill you in the future as we figure that out. Guys, again, thank you all so much for coming to hang with us in the chat. If you're watching after the fact, thank you so much for watching. As we wrap up, I'll end it the same way we always do. Remember, YouTube won't let us monetize. So if you ever had a desire to help support the channel in any way, please go ahead and consider joining our Patreon. The link is pinned into the chat. It's also scrolling on the bottom. It's in the description. So anything helps. We really, really appreciate it. Also, remember our shows for the rest of the week look like this. Tomorrow, we are back with her, him, and the guests. But if you didn't catch us in the beginning of the show, you will find out that it is a double whammy.
Yeah, baby.
We are trying out for the first time having 2 shows the same day. We have Dealer Gaming, 5 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to be dope. And we also have the man, the myth, the legend, Infinite Umbra joining us at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to see how this works because we have so many people booked out. We're booking for like single days till in January right now. So thankfully, so many people have been gracious enough to want to come on the show, and that is super dope. But we're trying this new. So we're going to see how this goes. We have a few days already lined up with 2 people
with double,
with double shows. So we'll see. Tomorrow will be the first one. So please come out, support us there, come hang out with us. Thursday, we will be back with On Point, the gaming podcast. And that's going to be a fun one. We're going to have a lot of things to talk about. It's going to be a great show. So definitely come hang out there. And then Friday ends the week for us with On Point Anime and Beyond, where we talk all things TV, movie, pop culture.
It's got to be a good one. Friday the 13th, baby.
13th. Come hang with us. It's going to be fun. And with that, guys, again,
thank you so much.
We really appreciate you being here. The support is amazing. And Doodle?
Yes.
We're done.
We are.
Until next time.
You're intruding.
You're intruding.